am Mike, and this is Jay.
What's Mario's favorite pair of pants to wear? Diddum, diddum, diddum.
Diddum. That's my favorite stupid joke of all time.
All right.
Hey guys, sorry we were late. We were butt fudging each other.
We were
cyber-wise. We have new technology that we got because we're such
dude,
good
you
critics.
just screwed up everything, by the way.
What?
You just
I
screwed
didn't
it
say
all up.
I didn't say it.
You said BF.
I said fudging. I said friggin' fudging. You friggin'
said butt fudging.
Farter.
You said butt fudging. Oh, hey, the butt factory's open, and I just went on inside like Whistling Dixie.
YouTube's got a problem with us putting fudge in our butts. Is that a problem?
Some people do that to relax. I've heard.
That's true. I like to take Russell Stover.
It reminds me of that. It reminds me of that Revenge of the Nerds Part 3. Do you guys remember Revenge of the Nerds Part 3? When that fat guy sits down and they put the eggs in his seats, he goes, quite soothing. He said, quite soothing.
How many of those movies did they make? Just 3?
They made 4.
They made 4 Revenge of the Nerds movies?
The next generation, Revenge of the Nerds 3 kind of sucked, but it wasn't bad. And then Revenge of the Nerds 4 really fucking sucked. That was called Nerds in Love. That was Booger getting married.
Oh my god! So it's basically an American reunion.
Yeah, but dude, they couldn't even. The one guy they couldn't get with was for the third or the fourth one was Anthony Edwards. He said no, because dude, I made it big on ER and in fucking Top Gun. I don't need to come back to that shit.
That's got to be the most unsatisfying role to play, by the way. To come like, oh, it's great because you're making money and you're getting an acting gig, but like to show up every day and like be one of the nerds and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be unsatisfying.
The cast, I've watched the reunions. They loved it. They said it was the most fun they've ever had in their life. They said it was. They said it was straight party. And by the way, Robert Carradine was apparently a stud back in the day. The guy that played Lewis.
Is that Raiden from Mortal Kombat?
No, Robert Carradine. No, that was Hans Gruber. No, that was
Justin Samuelson.
Justin Samuelson. Yeah. No, who that? You guys know what we're talking about. The guy from Raiden. That was definitely Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Christopher
Lambert. Is he the one that died in the closet with the belt?
No, that was David Carradine.
Oh, so no, that's where I got confused.
Was it David Carradine?
Did what? What did David Carradine? He
Kung
did Kung Fu.
Yeah, that's what he did.
But he wasn't Raiden.
No.
So there was karate, and there was but there wasn't.
Yeah, it was like it's like a VHS tape and a DVD. They both show the same media, but it's just different the way that you access it.
Fantastic.
But the other thing, Robert Carradine was apparently the guy that played Lewis. That guy.
Oh, yeah, with the glasses.
He was a massive stud in the 80s and late 70s. Like the blonde girl in Revenge of the Nerds, she's like, she wanted to do it because she got to make out with him. Like, I was like, and Ted McGinley was in that movie. Darcy from Married with Children. He was a handsome guy back then, and she was like, she didn't care about him. She was like Robert freaking Carradine.
Darcy, you know what? I would probably thrown it to Darcy back in the day when I was a teenager.
That wasn't that. No, I'm sorry. Jefferson. It was Jefferson, not Darcy. Darcy was the girl. Jefferson, the guy that was blonde. Ted McGinley.
Oh, I was thinking of Darcy from Married with Children.
Yeah. Yeah, Married with Children. Darcy was the wife, and then she was married to the black-haired guy, and then she divorced him and got married to Jefferson, who was the blonde, good-looking idiot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the dude her original husband in that show is in that show Shrinking, and he's the best part of that show.
We're talking about my
so good.
Or my hairline. Either way works, but no, but dude, Ted McKinley was in that movie, and so was friggin' Ogre, the guy that was in Kickboxer or Bloodsport.
Yeah, I remember him.
But
he was a grind too.
Yeah, do they all like had a great every reunion they've ever done on the anniversary of, and they've talked about. They all talk about how awesome it was, dude. Robert Carradine ad-libbed that part. I don't know how you guys probably not seen the movie for a long time, but there's a famous scene where they go and they raid the Pi Betas, the pies. And they go panty raiding, and they install cameras, and they're setting up all night watching them undress and look at their butts and shit, and they're all eating cereal and just watching it and having a good time. That there's a part where in the morning Lamar Luttrell comes down and says, "Are you guys still watching?" And they're like, "Yes." And then Lewis is like, "Hey Gilbert, can you toss me a beer?" And he grabs a beer and he opens it and he pours it in his cereal and he starts eating it. That was literally ad-lib. That was real beer in his friggin' cereal.
I might have got that confused with Animal House. Maybe I thought that happened in Animal House.
I was like, good God, that's nasty as hell.
That would be a fun man versus movie. Just like a whole day, and you have to drink the entire time. Obviously, like maybe like we'll just get like a 50-pack of PBRs and just watch a bunch of college frat movies like Revenge of the Nerds, Van Wilder, Revenge
Animal
of the
House,
Nerds,
Meatballs.
Animal House, Meatballs, Porky's. We have a Patreon request for Porky's, by the way. Someone asked for us to watch that.
I mean, Meatballs was a college.
Meatballs.
I think so.
I don't know. I never saw that one.
Accepted. That's a big one right there.
Love Accepted. I watched Accepted with the kids.
Do you want to see my wiener?
Ask me about my wiener. Watch that with the kids on vacation. Well, with the 13-year-old, we watched that. Man, that movie. You know what's fucked up? Shit. Well, you know what's messed up about Accepted is that it's so good, and that is Justin Long's Van Wilder movie, basically, right? Like he's basically Justin Long is basically Ryan Reynolds, Van Wilder in that movie, and it's so good. And Jonah Hill's actually really funny in that movie. Just at least that one scene where he's like,
yeah, and then he was like, it'd be really cool if you guys could never tell anybody that I did that.
If you guys need a comedy to watch, I have 2 recommendations: Buying the Cow with Ryan Reynolds and Accepted. Accepted actually gets me a little teary in the end. I know that sounds fucked up, but I think when he's doing his thing in front of everybody and he was like, we don't need your fucking approval, we're gonna do our own thing, like doing all that stuff, I always get charged up, man. I think maybe I think about the channel, like I think about all the cool people we have here. Yeah, that and it gets me going. It gets me going in my.
I like the name of the title, Accepted, because I was never accepted by my own parents. But no, exactly. It actually is. Justin Long is really, really funny in that. But yeah, that'd be a fun one. By the way, speaking of ideas, dude, I found this notebook where I've been writing things down.
All right, Kevin Spacey.
I'm writing a book.
Today I saw a man on the train and I threw up all over him. He was quite displeased.
Have you seen my latest post-it? But I forgot that I wrote these down for potential for potential ideas for videos that do. Listen to this. And I was like, oh my god, this would be so good. Most sympathetic horror villains.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Most memorable horror theme musics.
Yeah.
And then most known horror weapons / symbols.
I think we did that one. We did a Friday Night Fights with that one.
No, you walked in here, you said that, and you were wrong.
No, maybe I was wrong. Maybe we planned to and we didn't.
I don't know. But I was like, oh, that's a good one. We did. No, the one we did do is top horror sci-fi. I had that one on here too. But
what else is in your notebook?
How to make a girl orgasm. I'm still got a big question mark on that one.
I'd like to read that when you finally figure out the ending.
There's also how to tell him you love him without telling him you love him.
Oh, that's whatever. That's
Talk
fine.
Dirty to Me. That's just the song that I need to listen to. And also my favorite one is Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi.
Oh yeah,
I gotta pick that album up.
That's a good one. I'd like to read those stories when you're done. You should publish those as fanfic. Specifically, how to tell him you love him when he's your best friend and his name is Mike.
No, not you. No, it wasn't you. It's not you, stupid.
What?
It wasn't you, stupid.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed right now.
I know. I guess I'll just. You shouldn't say things out loud before you think them through. Holy fucking logical train.
I'm sorry. I'm getting attraction with.
Me and Mike are literally just having a conversation that we would really just have with each other in the garage, not knowing that there's awesome people out there like you listening to this horse shit. So
tonight's the night. We're coming out. I'm coming out with my best friend Jay,
right now,
and we're so gay.
What?
We're coming out. We're going to F your B's with our big old P's.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's a hit song.
By the way, you didn't look up that Project Bluebeam, though, did you?
No, I told you I wouldn't. I actually forgot about it because I was drunk, but I didn't.
Don't do it.
I did not do it. I did not do it once. I was very tired after our last stream from all the apple juice, and I went to sleep almost immediately.
Do you know what I do? As soon as the stream was over, I went downstairs and I watched Clown.
Well, that's a weird choice.
We were talking about it. I know. No, because we were talking about it. I was like, oh, I forgot how good that movie was.
You're like, I've been hanging out and doing a stream, and now I just want to watch a clown eat children.
I mean, that's just what normally things happen. I mean, parents take their kids to McDonald's. Isn't that the same thing? Shoving fucking fast food into your kid's fucking face. Was Clown literally eating your kids from the inside?
Don't you freaking judge me for we eat McDonald's a lot around
I love
here.
McDonald's.
So take it back.
I'm a heathen too. I accept what I am.
Take it back. Did you try the jalapeno quarter pounder with cheese?
It sucks. Don't get it.
Fucking ass.
It was
pure butt.
There was something wrong with the goddamn cheese. It didn't even taste like a fucking burger. It tastes like a goddamn. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like they wrapped that shit up and put paint chips in it and then cooked it. It tastes like fucking paint. Like they didn't even use cheese. They just painted cheese on it.
Yeah, there's barely any cheese on it, and there's like 2 jalapenos, like 2 tiny, empty, no seed, seedless jalapenos. Just
it didn't even take, but it didn't. But there was something weird with the cheese. I don't know if it was because it was with the jalapenos that knocked off the taste of the cheese, or what it was. Maybe. But it literally did not. There was like it tastes like when I was like I couldn't even. I have them, and I was like it felt like rubber bands were in the back of my tongue. Like it tastes like rubber bands.
Yeah, no, I thought so too. It was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. Hey, we have a Dunkin' Donuts here now in Versailles. In Versailles, we have a Dunkin' Donuts, and I knew I was going to be there so fucking much buying coffee that I started a rewards app. So every time I go, they scan my little rewards app, and I'm up. I could get like, if it's not a big deal, like it's not a big deal, but if you wanted to come over, I could totally get you a free hash brown and a free small coffee. That's what I'm up to already.
Do you ever wonder if cops do that? I bet they got a rewards card. They have to.
Dude, the cops here when I'm driving drunk all around. When I'm driving, when I'm driving sore after the gym all around town. No, I do come up sometimes for volleyball, not driving drunk, but when I do come through 2 a.m., 3 a.m., doesn't matter what time it is. At this location, there are 7 goddamn cop cars in the speedway just hanging out drinking coffee.
I know, because I would love to have, I was like, dude, that's the job, that's the dream job right there. Holy fucking shit.
I'm going to skip a couple super chats and go right to somebody who is special to our hearts and our farts. And since we mentioned cops, he did not get this joy because he was a cop in New York. There was actual shit to do for Tim C. Welcome, Tim C. Hey, buddy.
You, Thank
you so fucking much, man. Tim was a cop in the big city. He wasn't eating donuts. He was fighting crime.
We live in the Andy Griffith area. Tim was like doing the fucking Bruce Willis Die Hard with the Vengeance shit in New York.
Yeah, 100%.
Time, summer in the city, like that kind of shit going. like chasing bad guys down. Like he'd be driving and shit. Like that's a crack addict, and he's robbing a woman. Stop the fucking car! And he like gets out like Captain America and chases down the alleyway. And then his partner's like, "Hey man, just take a bribe because people around here don't trust you." And he's like, "Fuck you, come after me." It's a whole goddamn drama I wrote up in my head.
You know what Tim is? He's a real hero. A real
American
being. God damn it, we're not friends
I don't know
anymore.
what you were doing. I thought you were performing oral sex on your microphone. I had no idea.
That's what
that sounds like, does it? No, I thought you were trying. I thought there was 2 different. I am a real American. And then you were but I didn't know which one you were going with.
I was doing Drive. I was doing a real human being and a real hero forever. Tim C says, "Hey boys, since the Project Bluebeam convo 2 nights ago, I have been sleeping with my Glock 19 with my arms reach, ready for intergalactic battle.
I know.
We must coordinate a defense plan next Patreon stream. Stay well, fellas. The truth is out there. Chat, get Googling."
Dude, Tim, that's a good goddamn advice. Hey, you all be prepared. I'm not kidding. I'm not even doing the tinfoil hat shit, and I'm not trying to be what's his name from Signs? What's his name?
Joaquin Phoenix.
I'm not trying to be all Joaquin. I'm not, dude, but I'm telling you, Project Bluebeam, woo-wee, you guys will shit your pants when you see what's going on. I'm telling you. And then it all adds up. In the last just few months, you're like, oh shit, something's going on. Something is stirring in these Cheerios, and it's not Cheerios. It's shit that we've been fed. Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to get crazy. It's going to be a fun Patreon, man. That's going to be a hell of a fucking fun Patreon, dude.
Well, I want to share something with you, and I promise not to look at Project Bluebeam. Am I allowed to look it up before the Patreon stream, or are we going to do it during the Patreon stream?
No, okay. No, come with your mind open and your pants
I will
down.
Always come, and there's no doubt about that.
With your mind open,
so you're going to have the information, and you're going to feed it to me.
Yes, hands up, pants down. I'm here to please. Okay. Let's do it.
All right. Well, let me show you something, Jay and Tim, and I've listened to this man's thoughts. A lot, obviously, for multiple reasons. But check this out. Like, I just saw this today, not knowing about Project Blue Waffle. But
Blue balls.
Tom DeLonge retweeted this dude, John Majerowski, who definitely played with Dan Majerla from the Suns in the 90s, says UFOs are so far advanced that they could take us out if they wanted to. They're able to travel to the U.S., blah, blah, blah. What if they're only 10% more advanced than our tech, or they reverse engineered some other species tech? They could be the same or less than humans. Tom DeLonge, retweeted this, and if anybody knows about fucking aliens, is Tom DeLonge. And he said, except that they can talking about aliens, they can bend this fabric of space-time, manipulate and control antimatter reactions, contain and transfer the human soul, alter and progress the human genome, and timeshare our consciousness. Must be like 3 years ahead of us.
Okay, first off, he's getting a little bit too goddamn fantastical. Hey, slow down your joint there, Jared Leto. Like talking about the human soul and shit like that. Okay, I'm sure they're not on that level yet. By the way, but as far as bending time space, 100%. They can't travel most likely based on what we know of physics. And of course, it's very arrogant of us to believe that we know anything about anything that's going on in the universe because we're just tiny little butt nuggets in the universe. But based on what we know of physics, you can't physically go faster than the speed of light. But if you bend space-time, much like if you watch the Event Horizon movie, you pass through a wormhole and then space-time, that's 100% what they're doing. But dude, there's so much more going on with Project Bluebeam. I'm telling you guys, you've got to watch it. And I also listened to this other guy that used to be a former FBI agent. Tim probably knows what I'm talking about. I can't remember his name. Something Salazar, I think. He wrote on the extra dimensional visitors, or he's saying that aliens exist, but they don't exist in our physical plane. They're in a higher dimension than us, like a fourth or a fifth dimension. They come and visit us and help us, or maybe not, but they're not like crash spaceships and shit. They are literally on a different plane of existence. They don't use bodies in the way that we understand them. Anyway, there's a lot to get in on Patreon, dude. We can't sit here and talk about it all night, even though we should, but we can't. We're gonna be bastards and fucking selfish, and we're gonna say you gotta pay the ticket to see
it's
up the
alien
skirt.
Stream. It's gonna
you gotta pay the ticket to see up the skirt on the Patreon day.
Yeah, I will say this. I think that aliens may have created us.
No, dude, I'm telling you. Wait till I tell you about the Project Bluebeam. Me and Tim is gonna educate you. Okay, we're gonna educate you.
You want to blow your fucking mind? Think about the internet. What if the aliens gave us the internet on purpose?
They probably did, dude.
They gave us the technology of the internet so that they could watch us, learn about us, and not have to fucking float around interdimensionally. Think about it. It's genius.
Listen to my mouth as I speak words and it goes into your ear. Listen to this.
I
think in the 1940s when Roswell happened, and this is also, there's so much shit to talk about. I don't want to do it all today, but they could have easily, because of whatever they recovered at that crash site, because listen, guys, look, they reverse engineered everything they could find, and then all of a sudden you get an explosion of technology, right? Microchips, microwaves, fucking color television sets,
Kraft macaroni and cheese,
and beanie weenies in a can. Says, oh my god! But there was such an explosion of technology right after that. Like, dude, like we had barely just got out of the like making an automobile go, like in the 1900s, and we were like just learning like little tiny things. Now, true, we'd split the atom, which was a huge step for us, but at the same time, look, like back before 1947, dude, there was computers. They did in the 50s and 60s too. But you got to imagine, dude, computers would like take up whole fucking rooms. Your iPhone or your fucking cell phone is more powerful than any fucking thing they had in that decade. And the microchip was, dude, there was, and I'm not shitting on human inventiveness or knowledge or inspiration. I'm just saying it was weird that all of a sudden we had a supposed crashed alien spacecraft that they recovered, and then a big time boom of technological explosion. I just think it's weird. But anyway, we can get all into that and really spread the butt cheeks and dive right in with both hands.
I would definitely fuck an alien. I just want to say that. Yep. And I'm pretty sure that my wife would be okay with it. Like, it's like, honey, when else am I going to shit? The one step for man, one shiz for mankind. You know, like I got to fuck this alien. Otherwise, it's never going to leave us alone. Creasefold says, watched your host commentary last night. Hilarious. Thanks, man. Creasefold. Host was the movie that I forced you to watch and filmed your reactions to it as it scared the literal shit out of your butt crack.
Yeah, Crease. Get out of here.
That was awesome.
That wasn't even scared. I wasn't even scared.
I had a great time. Hey, I thought Eve 6 was in the chat for a sec. Wait the fuck. What did I was scrolling, and Eve 6 is like one of my top 5 favorite bands of all time. And I swear to God, I thought I saw Eve 6.
Well, I would say Remember the Night.
It was fucking Egg Shin. God damn it, Egg Shin. You wasted the good surprise. We ruined the good surprise on you. Egg Shin. Hooters. Just kidding, buddy. Love you. Sean Tubby 123 says 1, sup glow sticks. 2, last week before back to school, so get it up, baby. Well, for you, possibly, my kids are already in school, which means I'm waking up at 6:30 a.m. every day. Get it up! Literally. And take your kids to school, you piece of shit. Giggle Push and Wham. Number 3, Jay, what football team do you coach? And number 4, Mike, did you watch Hard Knocks?
Kentucky Thunder Dicks. We're coming out strong this year. We're coming out strong this year, but we don't know. We might go a little flaccid in the mid-season, but I think that we can really push it through toward the end and come up with a victory.
I'm coming up,
dude. It's like Kentucky Thunder Dicks, but you spelled it with a D-I-X.
I love that.
A D-I-X.
I love that.
Yeah, because you know what? You can appeal to the rednecks, like, oh, it's like, you know, Dixie or whatever. It's like it's Thunder Dicks.
And you turn around Thunderstruck.
Yeah, Thunderstruck. Yeah, dude. Like our
Thundercock.
Yeah, the only. Well, by the way, the new AP polls for Kentucky Wildcat football, we're number 12 or 13. We're in the top 25.
We're not.
Swear to God, they just released the AP polls today.
Like, that's insane. We lost a fucking all-star quarterback.
I just saw it on the television set. We're 13.
I don't believe you.
I heard it on the old radio. I swear to God, dude, look it up yourself.
Kentucky, in the SEC, we're number 12 in the SEC.
On the AP poll, we're 12.
I hope you're right. I hope you're
right.
And if you are, I'll suck you dry. Sean said, did you watch Hard Knocks? Yes, I watched Hard Knocks. Did you ever watch Hard Knocks? I think I mentioned it to you.
That's just my life. I don't need to watch it.
Well, I got it confused with Hard Cocks at first, and I really enjoyed the.
I've watched Hard Knocks. I've watched it before, too, but I don't keep up with football anymore, so I kind of stopped.
This year is the Jets, and by the way, Patreon members.
Of course it is. Oh my God! Of course it is. It's the Jets.
Shut up! Shut up! I'm getting ready to send out fantasy football invites to everyone in the Patreon. Jay, you should fucking play this year, you piece of shit.
No, dude. All's going to happen is
just do it.
Like, no, Mike's going to utilize this. He'll be like, Jay, since you're not playing anymore, because we know somebody that does this. Like, you trade me the players that you're not using?
No. Yeah, he's not in this league, so it's safe.
Yeah, well, I don't keep up with it enough. I don't keep up with it. Yeah, for real. Like, I'm like a backup Arsenal for a guy that we used to play with, and he'd be like, so Jay, man, I mean, just make me this shitty trade for this player that's doing really. Mike was like, dude, what the fuck is the point of him playing if he's going to go behind my back and like trade with you? I was like, you're allowed to trade with me too. I felt like I was a part of Blue Chips, the movie Blue Chips. I was buying
Jay doesn't play, so this one person in a fantasy league that we're in just goes to Jay like 3 games into the season and just fucking fleases him and just takes all Jay's good players, and then it fucking still
like, dude, what's the fucking point? Why are you playing though? But I mean, they still play anyway. But that was funny. There's no money involved, so it's not really a really big butt fuck or anything like that. But
pride. Yeah, there was a ring at one point. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna do that league and eventually gonna get a trophy and ship it to whoever wins every year. I think that would be fun. So Patreons look forward to that. But I did watch Hard Knocks. Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, on the jet ski potatoes, and fucking awesome episode, by the way. Everyone was blowing Aaron Rodgers left and right. But it's nice to see because I feel like as a Packers fan, I can say this. Packers fans are spoiled little bitches. And Packers fans don't appreciate Brett Favre, and they don't appreciate Aaron Rodgers. And I will dude. Packers above all, but Packers fans are spoiled little bitches.
God, dude.
Okay?
I hear it coming. Coming down the line. A Tennessee Titan is stealing Mike's mind. And he said he was a Packers fan, but he straight up lied.
I feel like fucking Ross every time you say that. I was
like, we were on a break. Makes Mike come his pants.
We were on a break. All right.
No, you're not. Dude. You're gonna. I know you're not. Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Packers and the Jets this year. Shut up.
I know that if the Tennessee Titans, some of you guys aren't gonna like know what we're talking about. Tune into the Patreon. We'll go over it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that and Project Blue Waffle. Texas says, "You boys like Mexico?" I heard.
You boys like Mexico? Stupid troopers.
I heard some shit about a schizophrenic wizard giving out old-fashioned medicine and angry handy Jays. Gonna have me a look-see. Y'all ever watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Goddamn right we have. We watched the goddamn Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's called your ex-wife when you get too close to that soul-sucking bitch. You can't be too close to that old fucking whore. But yeah, man, you talking about them goddamn gray aliens coming out of fucking the moon's butthole and coming down here and taking up and examining our buttholes? I seen some shit in the night sky. It turned out to be a goddamn airplane, but it might have been an alien. But yeah, man, they exist. Buddy.
I tell you what, I seen that girl from the alien thing on the airplane. Did you see that, by the way?
Yeah, now she a fine stack of woman right there. Fine stack. And she Texas born and bred.
Yeah, the one that was like, I'll tell y'all one thing, that motherfucker ain't real. Well, she came out, by the way. She
apologized.
She did an interview, but a lot of people saying that's not her. That is not fucking her. Right. And if you look at her, it doesn't look like her, dude. It doesn't look like her. Actually,
she's not fucking distraught and high on cocaine. She looks normal.
It looks like your ex-wife if she was 6 times hotter and never did drugs before, which we know that's basically
and also did the tanning bed constantly, so she became a leather-looking witch.
Right. Yeah. Sort of like that. But
no, well, I'll tell you what, I thought she didn't really, because from what I understand, that she said she was contacting a lawyer. I saw that she gave an interview to the Daily Mail, and that she was contacting a lawyer, so she wouldn't go into details. She never talked about what actually happened. She just said that she was getting stalked outside of her house, and people were trying to take pictures of her. She never really
trash.
Yeah. So she doesn't want to talk about what the fuck she saw. I think it was some AI shit. I don't know.
I heard that it was something to do with like a family spat about her family was stealing her headphones or some shit. I don't know.
AirPods. Yeah.
Truthfully, she probably just dropped a bunch of fucking acid.
She wasn't drunk.
It doesn't want to say
they didn't even charge her.
Yeah, and that dummy tried to get back on the plane too. Well, she's hot. That's all I'll say. Hey, I'll say that it's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So excited to watch that movie, man. Love aliens. You know that.
Seen that?
I watched it. I watched it, and I was like, this is the most boring shit I've ever seen in my life. Richard Dreyfuss just shoving mashed potatoes in his face, and nothing happens. Fucking
it's a little
nothing
overrated.
happens.
It's a little overrated.
Yeah, no one's gonna say that because it's Spielberg and everybody blows his dinghy, but it's overrated.
I only blow his dinghy because of Indiana Jones.
Right, and
that man has earned the blowjobs for life because that he gave us Indiana Jones. He ruined it, or Disney ruined it after. But the first three, mwah.
I think Steven Spielberg is a terrible director, personally. But like,
shut your goddamn lying mouth, you motherfucker!
I'm kidding, Tim. I fucking did double leg drop.
No, what? Dude, what? You read that one.
Well, there's two though. There's two. I clicked on the wrong one. Shut up. I clicked on the wrong one.
God, that motherfucker ain't real.
You guys can see how this plays if you fucking want to, but Tim, goddamn dude, he was like, one, no says two.
Thank you.
He said,
man. Thank you so much, dude.
Yeah, thank you, dude. I put this in general chat, but it scrolled too fast. That dude, we've all been there, especially these two. Dunkin' Donuts and 24-hour places give police coffee free.
Oh.
So there are always police going in and out to deter an asshole sticking a gun in some poor guy's face to rob the joint.
Hey, that's that's cool. That makes total fucking sense. It's like paying protection. It's like, we'll give them some fucking donuts for free. And then a bad guy will be like, fuck that. I mean, what dumbass would rob like a coffee shop or a donut shop? These two guys right here. Because we are dumb. But what normal bad guy would rob those places? Not many. But you're right, Tim. That's a smart. Hey, you know what? They're like, what's the safest place to work in like a crime-ridden city like New York City or Cleveland or Detroit or Chicago? A fucking donut shop or a coffee shop, man.
That's fair.
Man, I go to work every day with a smile on my face because I got cops out there waiting.
Do you think that that's where the whole cops and donuts thing came from? Maybe it was the same thing. Maybe like an early donut shop, like back in the start of cops was like, hey, we're going to give you guys free money because the mobs and the Indians or like whoever else are always hitting us up and trying to rob us. Or the
what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Indians? They're coming out with goddamn tomahawks and shit in New York City.
Way back in the day.
I think you mentioned it mafioso. But
yeah, that's what I meant to say.
The mafioso. Yeah, fucking goddamn longbow bottom man from the tribe of Hakaka was invading the city of New York at one point and robbing the donut shops, and therefore action had to be called, and they called in the bar.
Hey, maybe that's where it started.
No, maybe it was, but maybe it was just because of the excellent energy rush that maybe cops had to be on patrol for hours at a time. And it was just like, get a goddamn coffee and some fucking donuts, man.
Yeah, the steakhouse with the donuts for sure. But that's smart. I have been like, I know a lot of places do like Waffle Houses and shit like that around town. They just give food away to cops for free, which is smart. That's actually very.
I would do. If I owned a restaurant, that's what I'd do. Even if it was like a steak joint, I'm like, you guys just come here and have all the fucking steaks you want. Just hang out.
Yeah, that's actually fucking ingenious. And thank you, Tim, for that insight.
Thank you, Tim.
That's and again, Tim's nothing against it, but Tim's not some. Hey, I was a security guard at a fucking Circuit City for 6 months.
Yeah, he's not Paul Blart. I mean, Tim was like a legit fucking New York City cop.
Real goddamn deal. Good man. Thank you, Tim. Jace Crawford, thank you so much.
No words. He dropped that money like his profile picture.
He popped back in. He's like, I fucked up.
Oh.
I missed it.
Okay.
Just subbed to the Patreon last week. Welcome, Jace.
Hey, all right,
Jace. You.
Jace dropped it, then he came back. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to say something. Let me pick that back up.
By the way, Jace, I don't know if you know this, but first time in the Patreon stream in a couple of weeks, your first time, it's just like Fight Club, only you have to fuck. So that is a rule of the Patreon stream party that we have every month. If it's your first time, you do have to have sex with everyone in the room.
It reminds me of that thing in Powder where the bully was like, first time, first meal, The new guy's got to do the do. You got to do the
do. Extreme Mountain Dew.
Do the do.
Do the do. Eon McGrath. Again, beautiful name. Loomis or Lori? Who's more essential to Halloween?
Loomis.
Loomis. Fuck you, Lori.
Loomis. Well, first off, it's not because he's not just Mike and I favorite secondary characters. Lori is so overdone. I think the idea of having the exposition lie with Loomis is the perfect. He was the guy that gave you all the information and set. Like, he was the best hype man for Michael ever. Like, he gave you this awesome background with this great fucking voice. Donald Pleasance was so awesome on screen, and like without him, it's very much like I you know what I've said in the past before, Lori and Michael, but in reality, Michael is Dracula and Loomis is Van Helsing. I think those two are more closer linked, that they need each other, essentially. They're locked in a battle for good and evil forever versus Laurie Strode, in my opinion. I know that's going to be controversial for some people, but it's the truth.
No, I totally fucking agree with you, dude. Like, it will be controversial for some, but I've always maintained like what I want the franchise as a whole to do is like, hey, start again, just no Laurie. I don't care if you start at the beginning, do whatever.
It's been
but no Laurie. Laurie was actually, and I think that I'm thankful that Jamie Lee Curtis came back for 2018 and got everybody excited. And Jamie Lee Curtis is great and whatever and all that nonsense, but like, not nonsense, you know what I mean? But like, honest to God, Laurie could have been anybody. Laurie was a babysitter. She was an innocent babysitter.
You're gonna catch so much fucking flack, dude. Mike's a goddamn sexist and a racist.
Well, hopefully they have nice boobs. But I just, in all honesty, I dropped my pen. But she was just a babysitter, dude. She was an innocent babysitter who had the abilities to survive deep within her, and she grew with the series. You can do that with anyone. You can call him fucking Greg. I don't give a shit. Loomis, however, was unlike any character in movies. I won't say every movie, but for the most part, he was a very original character, a very eccentric character. He was a fucking weirdo. He screamed at children. He was fucking wild as shit.
Sounds like my grandfather. With his work.
He had that deep connection with Michael from the beginning. Loomis is way more important to Halloween than Laurie.
It's like, again, Van Helsing, Dracula. You could also look at it like how like awesome is Darth Vader? Yes, but what is Darth Vader without Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, a fucker.
Like, he's a cool looking dude in a mask, but who the fuck, without like having that ultimate good that matches ultimate evil, it doesn't work.
1,000%. Dallas Milford, motherfuckers, says Mikey playing Madden 24 after the stream. Oh God, you asked me.
Did you get that? You got it early, didn't you?
You broke deep into my cockles. Yeah, not tonight. So I decided I'm not gonna do it tonight. Gotta get up with the kids in the morning. But tomorrow I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna take the kids to school, make me a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm going fucking hard. I'm so excited. I've been marking off days on the calendar. I paid the extra $35 to get it 3 days early.
What a loser! What a nerd!
Yeah, I know. I play one game a year. Give me
what a nerd,
break, Dad. God, I have a job.
Nerd.
Shut up. Dragon Quest 9.
Call me Dragon Knight.
I'm so excited, dude. I'm so pumped. It's gonna be hard, actually. I'll probably be asleep before it even comes out tonight, but I already have it pre-downloaded. But it's gonna be hard to sleep tonight, dude. I'm like a kid on Christmas.
I would do the same thing, like when the new Fallout comes out. I'm gonna buy the deluxe holy shit package myself.
Mm-hmm.
You just do things that you love like that. Yeah, you will.
Yeah, there's certain things like you go.
And then tomorrow, when Mike gets a phone call and multiple missed calls and text messages from his wife, like, "You're supposed to pick up the kids," and he's like, "I was playing Madden, honey.
I'm ranked in the top 200." Dude, that's the best time to try to get ranked.
Are you gonna go online first? You're not gonna go online first, are you?
Dude, I played the other. Oh yeah, immediately. I'm just gonna jump right in there. I really am.
You gotta show big dick energy, I guess.
Yeah, I do it every year. I just told myself, because the playing online is so different than playing in the franchise. There's just a different feel to it. And I don't want to fuck myself up playing the franchise. But I'll say this, dude. I've been warming up a little bit playing the last year's Madden. I played this dude the other day. I got my fucking ass stomped. Like the highest I've ever been ranked, and that's the quickest you can get ranked in Madden is those first 3 days, because you can really like play the shit out of it and like jump up. Everyone's on even standing. Then the YouTube videos haven't been released yet, showing everybody the glitches and how these fucking shitty players can just use glitches to beat everybody.
Exploits, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the best time to play. And I've gotten up in the top, like, I want to say like 250. I was up in like the top 250 players in the whole world on a couple of those early days. Dropped off, obviously. I played the number 60 ranked guy the other night, and he blew my fucking dick off. Dude, it was so bad.
That's the only thing that Mike thought he was going to get fucking Day, and he went against Debo.
Yeah, dude.
That's what happened. Like, Mike thought he was king of the castle until that motherfucker like got transferred from the maximum security prison, and he walked in there like Debo, and he's like, "Oh, who's the meanest around here?" And it's like that guy. And Mike's like, "Hey, man," and he beat the fuck out of you and said, "Now suck my dick."
And he was nice about it afterwards. He even sent me because I don't play with the mic on. He was like, it was a good game. And I was like, dude, I've never had my ass whooped like that. And he was like, LOL happens to the best of us. And I was like, see, you're nice. When I play against people who suck, they're all like, fuck you, motherfucker. And they say a lot of shit I won't even say here.
Dude, what's funny is like, you know, what's funny is that most of those people would never survive in a Madden when they talk trash like that. Most of the people would never survive in like a Halo 3 lobby pregame. Remember people talking trash in those? Dude, it was like, you had to have your fucking like self-esteem on check. Those fuckers were like, goddamn, holy shit, hooligans.
Yeah,
hooligans.
When someone's being a dick, I just mute him, and I always watch the little icon go off. And I'm like, that dude's just giving all this energy to shit talking to me right now, and he has no idea I'm not even listening. Jackson, Judge Jackson.
Hey,
says, when are you jerks going on Rogan? Miss you, Church.
I miss you, man. I mean, as soon as I guess when we can afford his fucking weed. Like, he'll probably charge us.
You know what I'll say about Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan now, I see him on Twitter, he's all like, oh, this UFO shit's crazy. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
No, he was always a believer in that weird shit. Like, he had people on talking about paranormal stuff.
When Tom DeLonge went on his
he was
show,
an asshole to Tom.
He laughed at him. He made fun of him.
No, he did. But he probably made fun of him because he was a fucking punk singer, and he probably wasn't taking him serious. But he's had like UFO like experts on there. Like, he was always a believer. I just think he was having a hard time believing that Tom DeLonge, a lead singer of a punk band that was popular in the early 2000s, was leading the investigative charge to reveal all these UFO documents.
Yeah, well, he was fucking wrong.
He was an asshole. He was an asshole, but I mean, it'd be weird if you like having a malt and ice and a cigar with him, and he was like, "You want you want some weed?" I'm like, dude, I already can tell. I've seen your streams before. You get like really mad and a short temper. I've had to work on stuff with my uncle before. That's who you remind me of. Okay. Like my uncle and I have worked on stuff together. He was like, give me the hammer. And I'm like, here. And he'll hit us and say, what the fuck? This is the wrong fucking hammer. I was like, it's the hammer. I was like, it's the hammer that you told me to give you. I don't know what you mean.
You got in all seriousness, you got to give it up to Joe Rogan. I mean, for what he's done, like whether you love him or hate him or his politics or whatever, he sits around, he smokes giant blunts, and he talks to interesting people all day. Not a bad life. Not a bad life guy lives.
Pretty good.
What are you going to do about it?
From Fear Factor.
Yeah, right. Like, what a fucking real job that was. And he could probably kick all of our asses. To be fair, Nighttime says the psychic guy from Grave Encounters actually got his leg amputated a few years ago due to an illness. I follow him. Holy shit, that's crazy. That's
crazy, man. Yeah. We never got to meet any of the cast from Grave Encounters. We were in the second one. They just used one of our clips from our YouTube videos, but that sucks, man. He was a pretty cool, like, he was actually a pretty decent actor. I kind of liked his performance in that movie, so that sucks. I hope he's doing better, even though he lost the leg. That sucks. But
that's crazy, man. I had no idea. Austin says, pre-internet days, did you guys ever rent 99-cent rated R movies from Blockbuster to spank it to? Talk about Poison Ivy, the Huntress, movie, Species, dude.
Poison Ivy, actually the best, Austin, the best one to wank it to was Poison Ivy 3, not the first one. Poison Ivy 3.
Damn, what a fucking deep cut, dude. That was a deep
Poison
fucking
Ivy
cut.
3 had Jamie Presley in it as the main one, and there's a quick lesbian scene in it where she handcuffs the girl, and then she like slides her leg in between the girl's legs, and then so when the girl wakes up, she's gonna think they had sex. Dude, it's one of the hot. Dude, I jerked it. I spanked it so hard that my hands look like Chewbacca at the end. But dude, holy shit, dude, yeah, that one. And then there was like one of the dude, any of the fucking subspecies. That was some hot shit right there. Which
subspecies or species? I know species.
No, there's subspecies. There was another one called subspecies, and then there was called witchcraft. I think it's called Witchcraft. Like any of those, like, oh my god, so much lesbian.
Witchcraft had no titties in it. Witchcraft
it was called witch something. I don't know.
Tap my witch ass.
Yeah, but dude, back in the day, some of those horror movies had some fucking hot ass scenes in them.
I just appreciate that moment of fucking deep cut. Jay was like, "No, you ever see fucking Poison Ivy 3? Here's my favorite sex scene."
They didn't have sex. She just made her think. Because dude, it's so fucking hot, dude. Jamie Presley, dude. You can see how hot she was back in the early 2000s. She got her drunk. She got this hot girl that played tennis drunk, and then she put her in the bed and took off her. So the girl was just laying there in her bra and panties, and then Jamie Presley stripped down to bra and panties and put the other girl in handcuffs, and then like slid her. Like Jamie Presley got in the bed and put her legs in between the other girl's legs and kind of snuggled to her, and then made her wake up. So she'd be like, "Oh my god," and she's like, "Where are you going?" My friend's coming back. Like they were having a lesbian threesome, dude. Fucking, I broke the tape rewinding that part because they zoom in on it.
I had no idea you had this like vast fucking steel trap fucking knowledge of these specific fucking.
I didn't share it with nobody. They didn't. You all were not.
I never asked. I guess.
No, well, you didn't need to ask because you weren't worthy. I could see it from afar. You were not worthy.
God, you learn something new every fucking day, dude. I
feel like Yoda on Dagobah. You kept on saying like, "Will he finish what he begins?" And I won't fail you. I'm not afraid. You should be. I felt like goddamn I was holding the secrets of the Jedi and no one ever came to Dagobah to take them.
I'm just imagining you holding your dick right now and someone walks in and you're like, but the worst part is death comes for us all, Rokasaki.
Hey, listen.
But for you,
I mean, that helped my stamina quite a bit. It extended my stamina from 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Holy fuck. Mental Mike said, Jay made me want to binge watch Heels. I'm hooked. Well, that's weird, Mike, because I talked about Heels too and how great it was, but I guess Jay's the only person on the fucking channel you watch. I'll just go have a
Why don't you just get a goddamn
and eat a dick?
Why don't you get a goddamn Waddy burger from Wad McDonald's? Some wide fries. Fucking, you ain't seen nothing yet. Boom, boom. No, dude, yeah. Well, Mike and I both have boasted about Heels, dude. Heels is so goddamn good, dude. So fucking good. It's absolutely the best show that anybody can watch right now. It just really sucks that it's on Stars because I feel like it's going to go at the same fate that Ash versus Evil Dead goes because it's just not got a big enough audience. If it had been on Netflix or HBO Max or something like that where there's a larger audience to watch it, dude, it's so fucking like the latest episode nearly made me fucking cry, dude. Like episode 3 of season 2
got me a couple times. Yeah.
Oh, dude, did you watch it?
Oh yeah, fucking
dude, amazing, it almost got me at the end. And I was like, fuck, dude. We can't get into it because we can't give away spoilers about what's happening. But, dude, it gets so much better. If you're in season 1, I envy you because you have no idea the cool shit that's coming. I went back after watching the second episode of season 2 and binge watched season 1 again.
I got the urge to as well. You know, I got the urge.
You got to do it. It's so good.
That show just like milks fucking emotion out of you. It's fucking wild, dude. If anybody here has ever enjoyed Friday Night Lights, this is that on steroids because it's wrestlers. It's so fucking good, man.
Yeah, and it's got like and by the way, it's not even the thing that we're like you don't even have to be a wrestling fan to enjoy it. Like that's the other thing. While there is that's the main part of the show is wrestling. It's the drama and the interactions and the characters and the storylines. Dude, it's so beautiful and the music, it's so well done and the family interactions. Holy shit,
funny.
Dude, yeah, except dude, they got fucking scared in the last episode. His dad, that fucking freaked me out, dude. That was fucking gnarly.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, dude. This season's so goddamn good, and I'm so bummed we're probably not going to get a third season because nobody's fucking watching it. It sucks, fucking sucks. I hope we do, but we'll see. Will Arnwine, it's good to see your fucking Chris Pratt face, Will.
You get a fat burn.
Mike, it's not. Oh, I haven't read it yet. Maybe I shouldn't have been so nice. Maybe it's not nice to see you, Mike. It's not good to talk bad about yourself like that. Packers fans don't all suck. Shut up.
Oh man, look at the Civil War that's already happening. We're gonna have an Iron Man versus Captain America moment. And see, that's what Mike's gonna do to Will Arnwine's dick.
I hope the Packers are fucking awesome. I hope the Packers kick everyone's ass, but I still say that. All the fans who fucking turncoated on Favre and Rodgers, they don't deserve what the Packers
on Favre, dude. I think you meant just Rodgers.
Well, no, today Favre's a piece of shit.
Yeah, today.
Allegedly. I don't want to get sued
allegedly. I'm just saying, like, they don't like Favre now. It's understandable.
No, Favre broke my heart as a human being. But back then, the Packers fans had no reason to shit all over him the way they did when he got traded to the Jets. But watch, Jordan Love, he's going to be a fucking Hall of Fame quarterback. We're going to ship him off to the fucking Jets, too. And everybody be like, fuck Jordan Love. And I'll be like, still like, I like him.
Like poor Tim Couch got treated at Cleveland. How dare you fucking cheer when your quarterback gets hurt, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, but that's like saying, "Hey, man, I died today. It sucked." To be like, "Yeah, well, someone got their head cut off when they died." So,
well, I'm not talking about them.
DJ Graham says, "My uncle told me a fun." By the way, fucking thank you so much. DJ, it's very sweet.
Thank you, Will. By the way, you guys are awesome.
My uncle told me a funny story. Don't thank Will. He was being a dick. Don't do that. Don't fuck Will. Fuck Will.
I have no problems with Will right now.
Will, next time we're fucking and you're like, "Ow, it hurts," I'm gonna go even harder.
Oh,
than last time. So deal with that, Will. I'm just kidding. I love you and the way your butt tastes. My uncle told me a funny story of how he stopped going to church. Basically, he got out of the car, waited a few seconds for the family to get ahead of him, and then suddenly he ran back 3 or so blocks to his house. He knew they weren't going to chase after him.
I
get it.
Yeah,
that's Sunday.
That's smart. That's smart, dude. That's a smart uncle. I hate it, dude. Back in the day, I hated going to fucking church. My mom would make us go every friggin' Sunday, dude. And it was the worst, too, because you would get on Friday when you got off school was the fucking coolest, dude. The smell, the atmosphere, the energy was electric. You're like, dude, I'm going to go to fucking Hollywood Video or Blockbuster, rent some films, rent some games, and just sit there and not have to do shit. And then you could play that. And on Saturday, you're like, oh, man, maybe Mike or somebody can come stay over and we can have fun and play action figures and like play some fucking video games. And then you're like, fuck yeah, dude, we can stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And then mom, you boys better be up for church. I'm like, God damn it, no. And she's like, well, honey, you're going to church. You don't have to go to Sunday school because you're older, but church starts at 11 and your boys better not make me late. Get in the shower right now.
Yeah. That was the fucking worst.
Sucked.
I didn't have to go because I came from a sinning family. But like when I would stay the night at your all's house, when I stayed the night at your all's house, that would be the worst because I wouldn't bring no clothes or nothing because you're a fucking kid. Like, you don't think about it. Yeah. But I knew my mom would do that. I would hear that knock. Either be the knock on the door or my mom would go to the fucking speaker and hear, JK, boys, ready for church. And like, you'd hear that. That's not what she sounded like. But she would, you know.
And you'd be like, Mom, I don't want to go. She's like, you're going. Oh, buddy, you're going.
We went to sleep 2 hours ago and like, I didn't have any clothes. And then Cody and fucking Jay would be like, hey, I got some clothes for you. And they would give me like their shitty fucking like 10 sizes too big Bugle Boys and like a shitty silk shirt that looked like someone wore it on a living color. And I'd be sitting in my mom's car and then she would give us Mentos before
they weren't
church.
10
that was
sizes
nice.
Too big. You fit them just right. And by the way, they were goddamn Bugle Boys. Those were nice ass fucking Bugle Boys.
And I didn't even have like my good hair shit there.
And that silk shirt, by the way, was fucking expensive. I let you wear a green silk shirt.
Y'all never gave me nice
I got that shit from Walmart.
And I know you did it on purpose. So fuck you.
No, I never wore that shirt. I was like, I don't have anything. I was like, here, dude, wear this.
No, the silk shirt story was actually when we were going to the movies with girls, and I was like, you motherfucker. You were like,
so
no,
what, dude,
you
I gave you a fucking shirt that made you look unique and stand out. No one else.
Dude, it was like 7 different colors. It was like a fucking, you know that memory game with like the colors that you have to like stack. It looked like one of those fucking things. Says.
And it looked unique because you know why people are like, hey, interesting shirt. Where did you get it from? It's like, I don't know. And then you get to start a conversation.
By the way, guarantee I didn't get any tongue that night. That was an
fucking shirt I let you have. And also,
but you were gonna wear it.
Because I had my time in the sun with it. I was passing it along.
You never wore that fucking
shirt.
Did. It looked like goddamn Foursquare memory cue time.
Simon says no. It did. It looked like it did look like the shirt from the night of the Roxbury. It looks like something that they would wear.
Oh, it's awful. But you guys always do the worst shit. But it was nice on the way to church. My mom would always give us like our own like whole roll of Mentos. I felt like we were going to the rich neighborhood for trick or treating because she gave you a whole fucking roll of Mentos, and I was like, that's fine. But then we'd be sitting in the pews, fucking farting and laughing, and everybody be giving us dirty looks the whole time. That was fun. Sometimes.
Mom's purse was a fucking candy machine, dude. You could reach in there and get like shit from the 1950s candy in there. So I pulled out a piece of gum,
butterscotch.
It was like it was like some weird 1960s gum. And she's like, oh, honey, it don't have no flavor, but it's only supposed to last for about 2 minutes. I was like, what the fuck is the
beech
point?
Nut.
It was beech nut. It was beech nut. That's what
was it really?
It was beech nut, yeah. Or something, beech nut, yeah.
Damn. I pulled that deep.
And she got it off one of those fucking catalogs. Like they sell novelty items. She bought a whole fucking pack of beech nut. I was like,
you just go to Cracker Barrel.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And she's like, oh, it's good, honey. Oh, that's what I used to chew back in my day. I was like, Mom, back in your day, you used to have teeth, and now you don't. So of course your taste buds are different than mine. Because mom had dentures, but anyway.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I know. I should explain it further. I know, but I felt bad now. I feel awful
because she had dentures.
Yeah, mom's gone now, and I shouldn't have said that. Like,
Oh no, it's okay.
She had fake teeth.
She just said, "Oh, honey, it's fine." Greasefold said, "Did you guys ever see Full Contact? Amazing movie. Never saw that movie. What is that?
No, I don't know what that is.
I never heard of that, Greasefold. But
the
we love you anyways.
Contact I do is when we go into the bedroom, and then she kicks me out. She's like, it's just a flag. It's just flag. I'm like, oh, I thought we were doing Full Contact.
Yeah, that's also how you know. That's how best friends. A lot of people haven't had friendships with people as long as Jay and I have. But the way it's supposed to go is like this: like you start out doing Mortal Kombat in the garage, like you turn on the boombox, and that's and you're fighting, and then eventually it turns into soft petting. As you get older, and then eventually you start sharing each other's problems, and then eventually you just end up fucking to the Mortal Kombat soundtrack in your parents' garage, even though you don't live with your parents anymore.
Yeah,
you just go there to fuck, to feel nostalgic.
The Mortal Kombat album from the Immortals, and only waiting on the Reptile song to come on so you can come.
Yeah, it gets stale, and you have to have the Reptile song.
Reptile
gets you really into it. Michael Bart says, "I'm hoping for gay aliens, like in Solar Opposites. There's got to be gay aliens when they come down, right?"
Well, I think they're androgynous. I don't think that they're male or female.
Do you think they'd want to fuck me?
I don't think they want to fuck anything, especially a stupid asshole like you.
That's interesting.
They're like, hey, what else do we need to make our fucking genetics even better? Oh, that guy. No, I think that'll just set us back a few thousand years. Let's just not fuck humans.
That will be the fucking war, though. Like, we all think, oh no, we'll be cool with the aliens, man. They'll come down, we come in peace. Like, we'll learn from them.
They don't have holes. They don't have a butthole.
They definitely are interested in our fucking buttholes, dude. They're always sticking.
They are, because they don't have one. They're like, what does this do?
We don't know. We've never probed their butts. You know what I mean?
They don't have butts.
Well, we're
we come from France. We come from France. Have you seen the Coneheads assholes? They don't have one.
No, if they all look like Dan Aykroyd and Coneheads, I don't want to fuck a single alien. But
they don't. I mean, what about the wife is pretty cute, and the daughter was cute.
No, dude, I'm not to that fucking. No, can't do it. Did you get a text message?
We need to stop talking about this because I literally just got something from the FBI.
Stop! You're on to us. It's too close.
Project Bluebeam is coming to rob your balls. It's firm.
It's literally David Duchovny. Fucking stop talking about the truth. But no, in all seriousness, that's what's going to start the war. Is one alien's going to fuck some dude's girlfriend. Like we all like all dudes are like, oh man, I wonder if the aliens are hot, and I got like fucking alien. No dudes are thinking about what if the aliens are fucking hot and they want to fuck our wives and girlfriends.
There will be an interstellar war.
Then it's on. Yeah, don't you fucking come for what's ours,
take
buddy.
Them away. And then you don't have to worry about them anymore and pay them shit and buy them stuff for Valentine's Day and give them Christmas presents and worry about that shit. There is a balancing level there.
Okay. Now you're talking my business.
Mm-hmm. Only if it was only if it's girlfriends and wives. If they were like leading all the other ones on the Yelp pic, what's the problem?
You imagine some alien goes up to your wife and it's like, and she's like, oh, it's like, what the fuck did you just say? What did he say? Tell me.
I was like, is he talking sex to you? Is he talking sex to you?
And what she hears is, I get so excited. But it's like fucking singing 112 in her ear. Or like Casey
what she hears is probably like Prince's voice. Hey, baby, I just want to know if you want to come back with me to my spaceship. Get down.
Well, I'm going to fuck you in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Oh, God damn. Go ahead. I would say not only are you a slut, you're an intergalactic slut. You're taking it to a whole new level now.
Intergalactic planetary.
Yeah, that's right. I play the Beastie Boys.
All your girlfriends.
Yeah.
Joe Valentine, love the garage talk. That's why my sons and I love y'all. Okay, hey, I misread that in my head at first. That's what we're doing here.
I promise. We're just garage trash, and that's what we do. That's what we know. That's how we do things. That's how we roll.
Yeah. No talking shop until the second hour. That's our motto. Corey Gray, thank you, man, and hello to your sons. Corey Grayley, I prefer Rachel and Jamie over Lori. Honestly, kind of
strong. It's a strong argument there, Corey, and we will have to let the jury decide upon which they will give you life or death. But in my personal opinion, I think you owe me something good. I think that's probably how it should go.
Yeah. Hey, what the fuck is this guy's problem? Stephen Fox is like, you have children? Ew. Like, what do you got against, like, not just children, but like me having children. Why is it
because he doesn't know what a vagina looks like. Look at his profile.
Ew, that means
you touched the dirty, you touched the vagina. Ow! Boobies.
Disgusting. Gross F cooties. Daniel Torres has just pre-ordered my Madden last night. Bolts up. Hey, Chargers, pretty fun team on there.
I got that reference. He was talking about the Chargers.
Lightning strikes.
Philip Rivers
in your butt. That's yeah, he's good. He's coming back.
I think he's gonna get MVP this year.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for you, Daniel. I'm excited for me. And you know what I'm thinking, dude? By the way, I don't want to give up any hopes. But today I made a purchase. Thanks to our buddy Brandon Ferguson who helped walk me through it a little bit. I made a purchase of a capture card so that maybe there's a tiny little fucking cunt hair of a hope that Jay and I are actually able to play maybe some Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the patrons. Maybe eventually play a little online stream. But also, someone brought it up to me. Little birdie said, "Hey, you guys should start an online Madden franchise with Patreons. Everybody has their own teams, and you play against each other week to week."
I don't play Madden.
So I know, but like, you could come over and talk to me.
Fuck you. I don't want to be a goddamn lineman coach.
You got to look for it too.
I know,
like,
but I don't want to do it.
27. Britney Spears.
I don't want your laugh. Throw that fucking pigskin. That's what you'll hear. Throw that fucking pigskin. There's a goddamn slot route right there, man. What the fuck? We went over this in practice. Route. You goddamn shut your fucking mouth. It's called a slot route in my goddamn huddle.
A slant route.
You know the only thing slanted is your fucking attitude. Shut your fucking mouth. It's going to be benched.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, it would be funny. I could jump on stream and Mike could be the player and I could pretend to be a coach and act like I know what I'm talking about, but I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying.
It would be funny as fuck to hear Loomis actually like announce a game.
Coach, yeah, shut up. It's like, shoot what, dude? It's fucking football. I said shut it.
Dogma, thanks, buddy. I like your name. I like your face. I like the way you move and the way you taste and the way you fuck. And honestly, I just came. Do you guys remember those shock sites back then? Like when websites where videos would shock you with gruesome or disgusting videos?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. Like the internet back in the day, like when dial-up and stuff was starting, like that was like the Wild West shit. You had no idea what was going to be peeking behind the corner or the curtain when you clicked on a certain link. You'd see some shit and you'd be like, yeah. And then all of a sudden you'd see like an old granny with like fucking vagina lips that are hanging all the way down to her fucking ankles, and then she's shaking them around like some fucking curtains blowing in the wind.
And then LeBron would show up and dunk on her.
Yeah, or be like some crusty ass old dude dressed as Santa Claus that turns around all of a sudden and he spreads his butt cheeks, and you just see right into his anus hole all the way to his heart. Like it's like,
hey kids, Christmas is over. Christmas decorations are half off.
There was some gnarly shit, dude. Yeah, there was all sorts of fucked up shit on that. Yeah, you didn't know.
There was I never partook. I was actually too scared back then. I would not look at like the gruesome.
Well, that's what happened though. When you're looking at porn, it would take you site to site, and you'd have to click link, and then maybe one of those links take you down to the fucking Pinhead site.
I do remember watching Faces of Death in your bedroom when we were young, and my mom had just got me like a nice peanut butter and jelly sandwich and like some Cheetos, and I was sitting there and we're like, we're gonna watch it. Here we go, Faces of Death 8. We popped that shit in, and as soon as it started, I was like,
you know what's weird? That shit was shocking back then, and you can watch any of that stuff on YouTube now.
Nothing now.
Like back then, I was like, I thought it was shocking. Like they did show one that was fucking gnarly though. They showed it was a death row inmate, and it was like the guy was getting electrocuted. Like he had the electric chair, and it shows the whole fucking thing. And I was like, holy fuck, because I never seen anything like that. But literally, you could go on YouTube in the kids section and find it. Like guy gets elected. Like that's how just mainstream shit is. And I saw a police shootout. Like back then, you had to go and dive and find these tapes. Like it was a police shootout from the early 80s, and it was like them, and you could see the guy getting shot. And now they've got like HD ultra body cam shit that you can watch on YouTube while you get back from church with a popcorn bottle or a popcorn bowl and be like, ha, that guy got his head blown off. It's so weird.
You know, people do too. That's what's bad about Twitter now. Like now, if you watch one of those videos on Twitter, like your feed's just full of fucking people getting eaten by sharks and hit by fucking cars, and it's just nonstop. Yeah. You're like, I can't not watch it, but I'm fucking tired and I'm depressed.
I'm like super desensitized to it now too. I mean, I also we grew up on the video games. Depressing. Well, no, and I also watch those police body cam footage. It's like modern day, like fucking the drama theater. I watch that shit because you don't know. And it's like suddenly when a calm conversation takes a left turn, watch how this officer responds. And it's like, and it's fucking scary because the guy will be like, I just watched this one where the guy He's telling the guy to get out of the car, and he's like, "All right, man, I'm gonna get out." And he goes, "All right," and he goes, "All right, sir, I'm gonna have you step back to my patrol vehicle while we search your car." And he's like, "I can't do that." And he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "The guy's doing this." He pulls out a fucking gun, and the guy starts shooting him. It's that quick. They were having a calm conversation, and he's like, "I can't do that," and he was pulling a fucking gun out. God damn.
That's what cops are showing edge, man. Because I would be too. I'd be scared fucking shitless.
Dude, I don't care if it was a fucking little kid in the passenger side seat. I'd be pulling my fucking Glock. Get the fuck out of the car.
I saw Lethal Weapon 3. I know what happened to Danny Glover. That shit fucked him up, man. Dallas Milford says it comes out at 8 p.m. No, it fucking does not. No, it does not, you fucking little whore. Don't you lie to me and get me all excited. I will end the stream right fucking now. I gotta go, guys.
Go check your goddamn Xbox there, son.
I just got a weird butt disease. I can feel it, and I gotta go to my doctor.
I do gotta go to the bathroom though, so you can go check that while I go. Just pull up on your phone. Just pull up on your phone the Xbox.
Just go. Hurry up. I gotta pee though.
I'll be back.
Hurry up. Go faster. Go faster. Go faster. Oh, I just came. I saw your butt. He didn't hear me, but I did see his butt. Not his crack, just a shirt underneath it. Dallas, you're a fucking liar, and I don't believe you. And I will never trust you or come over your house for a barbecue again if you're lying. What time can I play Madden tonight, Google? That's how I talk to Google, like I'm a child, and it's just my personal assistant. 20 o'clock Eastern on August the 14th.
Right now.
God damn it! That was 15 fucking minutes ago.
No, it was 4 minutes ago.
Holy shit balls. 4 minutes ago. Well, still, shut up, Katie. This isn't a place for women to speak. You know the rules. This is a men's show.
So stop talking.
This is a men's show. Go in there and make me a sandwich. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry I was showing off in front of my friends. Oh, holy shit. I did not know that. But you know what? I'd rather be here with you guys than playing Madden anyways. So don't worry about it. And if I end the show early tonight, it's only because I have ankle contusion in my urethra. Jan McGrath says Lori does sound so weird when she says the Loomis dialogue like this, like the evil dies with me. Honestly, there was like, it was hard to coagulate. That's the wrong word. It was hard to enunciate like the little things that were wrong with some of the new stuff that Lori did for sure in these new movies. But it's truthful. It's just that people come out with it and they're like, that one tiny thing sucked. I told you this movie would suck. I've been saying it would suck for 6. It's like, calm down, fucking Gregory. Calm the fuck down. There was problems with it, and there was definitely awkward moments with Lori in 2018 and beyond. But although I've always been like, I'm pretty tired and over the Lori storyline, and it feels like it's more like chains on Michael than it is like him succeeding now. Like, we have to go back to Lori because that's what people know and that's what they expect. Moving forward without Lori, it's going to be like those chains are freed, you know, and you're not going to have the Jamie Lee Curtis pull for sure. But like, still, Michael and his story can go on and be beyond that. If they bring Lori back for anything, whether it's a different character or whatever, like, it's done. It's not going to be good. I think it's going to be. I think it's the beginning of the end. But whatever they do, they got to do it without Lori. Loomis can come back. I'm not sure they should ever recast Donald Pleasance. I'm not saying that. It would have to be a really perfect situation. But the character of Loomis could be everlasting because he doesn't have to be the focal focus of it. He could be in the periph. You know, if you bring back Lori, especially Jamie Lee Curtis, it's always going to be directly focused on that. And they did some good shit with her trauma and stuff in 2018. As much as I make fun of her every interview, being like, trauma. They did some good shit, like her screaming in the car, holding the gun, watching the fatalities of Smith's Grove was really good stuff. I just think they went over. They did. You're right. They went over the top with it eventually. Mike Parton said, "Man, I don't know if I'm worthy enough." This was a while ago, but I'll tell you, you fucking are. You're worthy enough, and God darn it, people like you. That's the truth. Thank you, Robin Barker. Appreciate you so much for that. Why am I talking in such a Southern accent right now? Maybe I've watched too much Heels. And goddamn it, the DWL is going to survive. I don't know. I don't know why it's happening. I just know that I'm gay and I love men. Trey Film Dead said, "What up, guys? Have you guys seen a show called Yellow Jackets? It's got the actor that plays Mindy in it. I was thinking of checking it out. Love y'all." I know Jay hasn't seen it. He found out that there was an actress from Scream in it, and he said, "I'm not watching that fucking shit. I hate Scream." No, I have not. I think there was one dark night when I had a few cervezas in me that I flipped on old Yellow Jackets and I started to watch it. And I just thought there's too many women in this and they have their shirts on. So I'm definitely not going to watch it any longer than I have to. No, in all seriousness, I think I watched like 10 minutes of it and I just like fell asleep or something happened. My house got hit by an ovary. But that's a piece of a plane. In case you guys don't know what an ovary is, it's a piece of a plane that breaks off when it's in orbit. And sometimes they hit your house. And that's what ovaries are. But I didn't finish it. But I do want to see Yellow Jackets. I hear it's fucking awesome. A lot of horror people that I love and respect have enjoyed it. And I do want to check it out at some point for sure. It's just one of those things you get a little bit behind on. And then you're like, fuck, the rest of the world's smarter than I am. And I'm not even going to play. I'm going to take my fucking ball and go home. But eventually I'll revisit it for sure. 100% and twice on Sundays. Dan Murphy, you son of a bitch. I caught you. In the 7th grade, I caught Dan Murphy stealing a fucking Hostess cupcake in the line. This is a true story. I caught him and I told on him. But then his dad showed up and he was drunk. And Dan had bruises on him. And I realized, oh my God. What if I'm just kidding. No, that's true. Nostalgia time. Do you guys remember CD mail order catalog? Holy shit. I'll wait for Jay on this. Because I know it's got to be true. Got to be glued. Jay.
What?
Do you remember CD mail order catalogs?
Fuck yeah.
Like Westinghouse,
like
Publishers Clearinghouse?
Yeah, you could do wasn't it like $1 or 99 cents? You could get like 100 CDs or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, they were just straight up like $9.99, 7 fucking albums a month.
Yeah, I saw all the time advertising. Like they even put that shit in the back of comic books when I was getting.
Yeah, I never did it. I never fucking ordered it. I thought my friend did though, and he would show me. And they would come in that like sweet cardboard. Because like you guys, if you're younger, you don't know. CDs back in the day were like goddamn gold. Like they were so fucking expensive. You know what I mean? And like you had to get your parents to buy them. So like they were like literal fucking gold. So when we would get these ads and people would order them, they would send them to your house, but they would keep sending them. And then eventually you get a big fat bill and it would probably go on your parents' credit, I guess. That's probably how that went. I don't know. It wasn't our problem. Yeah. But he said first albums for me were Korn, Limp Bizkit, and DMX. That was the time, dude. He was rolling hard in the streets.
Yeah.
At that point in his life.
Yeah. I remember those also those infomercials late at night after Girls Gone Wild were on. And they'd be like, now you can take back this hot collection of big hits from the rock and roll industry. And they're like, back off, I'll take you on. And they'll be like, now together on 7 CDs for a low price of $39.99. Experience it once again. And then they would have all those bands. And then 100%. Then it'd be like set sail with sail away. Like they would have those kind of. Yeah, I remember all that shit. Like they would like have the meditation music of the early. Yeah,
dude, 100%. I bet Dan was walking around trying to fight people. If you're listening to nothing but Korn, Limp Bizkit, and DMX, just walking through the hallways like a little badass motherfucker. Also going to GameStop at midnight for video game releases. Sprite remix. Missed those days.
I never went to GameStop for the midnight releases. I always went to Walmart at midnight. Because there was nobody in line. Nobody ever thought to go to Walmart. They always stood outside GameStop.
Yeah. The only problem with Walmart was those shitty fucking employees. And they're not shitty employees. They just had no idea. They were like, wait, you want what? It's probably in the back.
No, because they had it reserved for their fucking friends, those bastards. I knew what they were doing. They're like, oh, we don't have any. I'm like, yeah, you fucking do. I sold a whole goddamn box. They're like, those reserved. I'm like, no, they're not.
I went to one midnight release for NCAA college football, and Cody and I went, and we played it. There was a tournament they had. But the tournament was on this shitty little tiny screen, and you had those 2 remotes that like were just stuck to the thing, and like every time someone scored a touchdown, you want to rip them the fuck off and like just go crazy. But this dude was like, there was a ton of people in line, and I beat the first dude I played, and then the second guy I played was beating me, and like it was at that point, it was like the 4th quarter. He was up at like 17, and I was just nervous. I could have beat him in real life, no big deal, but I was nervous, and like I was just kind of tired. And there was a bunch of people, so I was like, all right, I quit. You know, because I was trying to think of the other people, like trying to get a game in. And he was like, oh, made him quit. I made him quit. And I was like, fuck.
Like the only one that should have quit is your dad while he was trying to impregnate your mom. Shut up.
Exactly. Exactly. Fuck that guy. If you're watching this stream, meet me in the parking lot at Applebee's tonight at 9 p.m.
Win Dixie if Applebee's is closed. Because I want everyone to see.
You can count on me meeting you in the parking lot. We are at 8:04 p.m. with Trey Film Edit, by the way. It's time for me to relieve my fish sandwiches.
All right, let's do it. Trey, Thank you so much, dude. He says CDs or vinyl. I have a serious vinyl collection. I have a serious crap collection. I mean, I also don't have a vinyl collection. For me, it would be CDs. I've never got into the vinyls, but I know it's a very popular thing. And I do have a couple of vinyls, and I love the artwork on the actual vinyls, but I don't listen to them. I haven't even taken them out of their protective wrap, but they are cool. But if it was for me, it's just CDs because that's what I grew up on. But but thank you, man. It's CDs all the way. Oh, that's Michael He thinks. And I think we're caught up. Yeah, we're caught up. We're caught up. All right, fuck yeah, dude. We're caught up. High five. Woo. Will said he's going to download Madden. He probably is. It's going to take 1,000 years. By the way, you know what I just discovered last night was that you can. I didn't even know this because I'm stupid. You can do cloud gaming if you're a Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, I didn't even know you could do that. And apparently, you can do cloud gaming now. It's freaking wild, dude. I was gonna play because I guess well, you guys remember on Saturday I was talking to you about the GTA online stuff, and you can cloud game that shit. That's so fucking cool, dude. I love that shit, dude. I'm gonna be using that tonight. I'm gonna get on GTA. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on some GTA and play cloud gaming. Ultimate, yeah. Tell me we'll go to Ultimate, yeah. That's what I mean. I didn't know that. It's been in beta apparently since 2020. Phew. So far behind. Stephen Fox, that's cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Will says, shit, I'll play GTA with you, Jay. Yeah, man. Let's play. I've never played online, so I have no idea. Michael says, Jay, I know you're a huge fan of lesbian porn, but what about gay porn? Do you like gay porn? Sure. Like, if the mood strikes, sure, why not? I don't care. Oh, Richie Rich saying LimeWire. Fuck yeah, dude. That was the place. It wasn't Napster. It was fucking LimeWire, dude. Waited 45 minutes for See You at the Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. I remember that fucker took 45 minutes to download. Colton says, Jay, did you get a PS5? I do have a PS5. Yes, I do have a PS5. I have not played anything on it because I've been torn on whether or not to get Final Fantasy 16. I know that someone mentioned that a couple of weeks ago about whether I got it. I was kind of nervous about getting it, so I don't know. But I mainly had it for Spider-Man 2, which I'm very excited to play. Then if they ever get around to making Knights of the Old Republic remake, which as you can see right there on the poster, I got Bastille there. Very sexy. Hi, Action. Joe Valentine says, hey, thank you so much, Joe. He says, when are we getting more Michael and Lumen skits? Most likely, we're going to be doing those starting in October. We'll probably do a couple. It'll probably be quite a bit. We didn't want to oversaturate the audience with a bunch of Loomis and Michael stuff, and we don't really get together as much as we used to, just because of situations and things going on, but also because we have a decent setup to do this online to do reviews and stuff. So, but we're definitely going to be doing them probably in October. You'll probably getting some more of those for show. Hey, Kyle. Robert Babat says, would you rather have a Call of Duty Zombies Apocalypse or Resident Evil Apocalypse? I don't know. Probably Resident Evil. No, I'm going to Call of Duty Zombies. Call of Duty. Because does Call of Duty Zombies, do they have like freaky, like weird creatures that have like mutated? Because I know that the Resident Evil one does. Like, that's what's fucked up. Like going against Tyrant and shit. 666, happy birthday, dude. Hope it's going well, dude. Dan Murphy says, Jay, Spider-Man PS4 prob, my favorite game. Haven't started Miles Morales yet, which is better. I like the Spider-Man, the actual Spider-Man game. The Miles Morales game was fun. I did enjoy it quite a bit, but it didn't feel they did a lot of cool things with it. They actually polished up the web swinging. The web slinging on Miles Morales is a lot better. It's a lot smoother, and the transition is a lot cooler. But they tweaked some things on combat mechanics, which I think was unnecessary. And really, overall, the Miles Morales game feels like it should have been a DLC versus an actual full like $60 game, which I think was bullshit. That's just my opinion. Michael Parton says Cobweb is herky jerky dumpster juice. Just don't watch it, Jay. Cobweb, yeah, Michael, thank you so much. I don't know if Mike said it sucked or not. I thought it looked good on the trailers. It looked pretty awesome. So that's interesting. I'm glad you told me, dude. Mason Locklear says, Jay, will you ever play Five Nights at Freddy's? Sure. I mean, if I get around to it. I understand the game, and my youngest brother played it, and so I get what it's about, but I never really had any appeal to me because I don't like that scary shit like that much. But hey, if we can get this capture card thing figured out and start streaming games, sure, man. The world is the possible. I wish to God I could have streamed me playing for the first time the new Resident Evil. That would have been really fun. I think we all would have got a kick out of that because I shit my pants at least almost 3 times. Pop culture with Pat says Cobweb has been one of the surprises of the year for me. Pretty good. JK says Jay play God of War. I did play back in the day. I used to have a PlayStation 2. I got a PlayStation, then I stuck with the PS2. I got an Xbox because Knights of the Old Republic came out on Xbox only. So I got one of those and then I stopped playing the PS2. But dude, I used to rock the PlayStation all the time. Like I love Final Fantasy, I love Resident Evil, and at that time they were exclusive to that console. So yeah, and I played God of War at some point later. I played God of War on PlayStation 2. I fucking loved it. I thought it was great. Kratos was one of the best characters that PlayStation ever put out, in my opinion. What the fuck, dude? All right, hold on. There we go. Chase Banks says, Kyler Allen says, Jay, I'm getting the PS5 just for the Spider-Man 2. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, that's what motivated me to get the fucking PS5. I was like, all right, bitch, get up off your ass and get Spider-Man. And not to mention that Spider-Man Logan is also coming out. And I know that you only got like a cinematic teaser for it, but it looks fucking incredible, dude. Chase says, I'm getting TCM on Xbox. I'll roll with you, Jay. Let's roll together. Let's be family and go slaughter some bitches. I like that.
I love Vin Diesel.
Yeah, we're all caught up. All
freaking right. That means that we're going to get into the movie section of the show where we talk about movies because we're professionals. We're not just here dingling our dangles.
Let's do some really shitty review of a movie review.
This is serious stuff. Stuff.
Did you say Cobweb sucked? Did you see that Cobweb?
No, I liked it. It was awesome.
Okay.
Love it.
Michael Barton said he fucking sucked. He said Mike's full of shit. No, he didn't say you were full of shit, but he said it was big dumpster juice.
No. Well, so I won't. No spoilers. I won't say any spoilers. Cobweb. It stars Homelander in it, right?
No, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the dad, and there's this kid, and there's this super creepy story, and it's really freaky, and it's awesome. It's like Hereditary style for like the first half of it, and then the second half of the movie just goes off the fucking handles. And like they didn't do that part so well, but it was still, dude, the Halloween atmosphere in this movie. It is it's a movie that you will want to watch on Halloween. Everyone should watch Cobweb. Like it may not end that great, and there's some plot holes, but it was still really good.
Looks. I mean, the trailer looked fucking scary. Like when the woman was in the doorway, and she's like, "Oh, I was like, no way, not for me, Sister Christian, not for me.
You'd like it a lot. You know what you'd also like, dude, that I didn't like that much was The Last Voyage of Demeter. Last Voyage of My Wiener. The Dracula movie. It's right up your alley. Like I know,
I'm gonna watch. It's available to rent. I just don't know if I want to spend $20 on it, but I do want to watch The Red Door, Insidious. No, I'm telling you, dude, I like those movies though.
I fucking love the Insidious movies, and it's bum juice on the tither high.
Well, sometimes
it's all right.
Sometimes you're just in the mood for bum juice. Okay, we've all been there before, drunk and without a lady.
Every Wednesday night.
Yep.
So tonight, the first order of business we have is a Patreon review ski. We have a tier on our Patreon where you can request a review or a topic video. Last stream we did, we ranked all the unmasked Jason. So check that out in the link below for the Patreon. But tonight, Mike Triolet or Triolet, I don't know. Are you French?
Triolet, Triolet croissant.
But he requested Howl. It's a werewolf movie from 2015.
Hey, that's something we've never made our wives do.
Speak for yourself. I've made your wife howl a lot. Wait, what? No, that's not what I meant to say, Jay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I meant you're shy.
There's a lot of bad things coming out. God, I remember my first beer.
Oh shit. Well, how do you come back from that?
I was gonna say good. At least someone did. It saves me the fucking trouble from having to try. I do nothing 100% if I don't have to. I do nothing. I work smarter, not harder.
I was talking to my wife's boyfriend the other day, and he said that Cobweb was really good.
Good for you.
No, Hal, 2015 werewolf movie. that came, and I remember when this came out, it was an indie movie. It came out, it was one of those film festival movies that was getting a lot of buzz going for it. And later on in the show, we're also going to rank our top 5 horror movies from 2015. And there was a theme in that year. Some of these VOD and indie movies that came out rocked the fucking shit. And How, for half of it, was one of them.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for my top 5. It is like tied for my top 5 of 2015. I really did enjoy this movie. Like it's a werewolf film, as was said, but it's done in such a way that it's pure horror. And it's not like that lovey-dovey bullshit that they've done with the Twilight series, making werewolves like a romanticized character or sympathetic. This is like straight up Dusk Till Dawn makeup effects on these fucking werewolves. And goddamn, they need Manscaped. See, they need Manscaped. And if we still had a fucking sponsor, we can fucking throw that out there. But fuck them. Anyway, don't use Manscaped. Use
they gave up
$5. No, men's $1 shave club. Fuck Manscaped. But anyway, no, dude, it really was the atmosphere of the movie is done really well. The characters, all the actors do a very, very good job. And it does make you feel very claustrophobic when it stops, when the train stops in the dead of the night in the forest. And I tell you what, man, for a low budget indie film, this does a really good job of pulling the audience member in and really being invested in what happens and what's going to happen at every. I was literally on the edge of my seat, almost pooping once or twice. But I will say, there was like it did remind me of a Dusk Till Dawn as far as the makeup effects looked and the way they were very mean with how the creatures attacked. But it also reminded me of something like what Resident Evil would be like if they gave a fuck. Like Resident Evil 0 takes place on a train while they're being surrounded by these creatures of the night, and they have to figure out how to survive the evening. It was very well done, especially for the fact that it was a indie film, because it's done in a way that it feels like it could have been theatrical.
Yeah, and the whole story is this. So it's this dude who he works as a is it British, UK? Like what's the
it's British. He's Britain. Yeah.
Okay. So it's Britain, and a lot of people in other countries take trains a lot. That's a big thing. Like our friend Isabel,
or they run trains on girls.
On well, yeah, sometimes.
That's fine.
But like and this dude is just this like I don't know, like maybe in his 20s, mid-20s, trying to figure out his life, right? And he just works as like not a bellhop, but he is like almost a security dude who works on the trains.
He's like
and
a waiter.
His job is to walk through the train and check people's tickets and make sure they have them. And like he just kind of lives a miserable life. And as he's going through, as Jay said, the train stops. One thing I do want to point out is fucking the dude. Oh God, what's his name? Okay,
Driver.
What's the angry dude in Ted Lasso's name? The fuzzy one that everybody loves so much. You're useless to me. Roy Kent from Ted Lasso's in this, and he's only in it for a second, but he's like, "You're too much of a pussy to check people's tickets, aren't you? Check your stats." Yeah, he's so good in Ted Lasso, but. And everybody on this train is such a prick to this guy. It really is like almost like in a sense, like if you worked on a train, this would be your waiting if you were a waiter, right? Like everybody's so mean to him and his life sucks and he can't figure his shit out. And then as Jay said, the train stops and werewolves are attacking. But like the first half of the movie, dude, was so good. Like so good. I saw it before, but I was watching it again and I'm thinking this is definitely gonna be in my top 5. It's definitely gonna be in my top 5. Because when the werewolf shows up, they do that beautiful thing where they don't show it. They only show its legs, and its legs underneath the train look so good as it starts attacking people. It's so creepy, and you only see their eyes, and it's just like these 2 little glowing lights, and it's so fucking scary.
Yeah, that looks like me when I'm waiting on my turn at the karaoke bar, and I keep asking the DJ, "Is it my turn yet?" I just stare at him in the darkened room until he calls me up so I can do my one song that I do.
Or when you get,
I have one song and I want to do my one song that I do. And you're not giving it to me.
They look like those, like when you just wake up at 3 a.m. after drinking all night and you're just like looking for a burrito or something to eat in the house, but you don't want to wake up your family, so you're just like walking around like, oh, it's just your eyes in the darkness.
That's what you look like with the microwave. The burrito that you put in there looks out. If the burrito could look out, that's what you would look like standing there waiting as it went around. But yeah,
100%.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, the first half was great. The second half started really losing steam. Like the wheels came off a little bit. They didn't come all the way off. I mean, it wasn't Oregon Trail and someone died of typhus, but it was almost that. And because I think the problem was, well, there was too much exposition at a certain point in the film. They were talking too much about the legends and all this shit, and it was slowing down, and then it was getting here, and it was like, all right, yeah, I'm getting fucking tired. And actually, at one point, I did go on autopilot a little bit. I was like, all right, let's just fucking get back to because they had such a good
the phone.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was looking at a dick pic. I mean, I'm looking at vagina, and then, but yeah, dude, yeah, I know. And I wasn't looking at it. I was like trying to delete it, and then I was like, oh, but no, it goes like it starts at a really high level, and then it starts dipping real low for a while, and then it's and it's like I can imagine it's like me telling a story. It gets very boring. And you're like, okay, when's the punchline? And then and it just doesn't happen. It doesn't come, and it keeps giving more and more information that's useless. And then finally, it gets back up there. But I was like, you guys, they had a good pace, and then they just interrupted it.
Yeah, well, I just thought that like when they show up, so mild spoilers. We won't go like deep with spoilers just in case there's anybody who hasn't seen it. But just mild spoiler warning for this. Like, it's so creepy when you're finding out that it's a werewolf, and that everybody on the train's finding out, and they try to walk away, and they end up running back to the train, and like all this crazy shit's happening when they're barely showing it. It's so fucking gnarly and freaky. It actually had me freaked out. The first time they decide to show it, and it's like you think you're like 75% through the film, but it's actually like midway through, right? And they show it, and it comes out looking like a Last of the Mohican, like
a damn. He looked like a Sasquatchian monster man. He didn't even look. I was like, what the fuck is that? It looked like a goddamn wrestler from the WWE.
100%, dude. It looked like North Star from the early X-Men.
Yeah, not you mean Sabretooth.
Yeah, kind of like a Sabretooth type thing, but like it shows up, and they've done such a good job of keeping it hidden. And it's not that it looks bad when he shows up. When he reveals himself on the train, he's like, and he starts chasing people down. You're like, okay, it's kind of weird. It's not as freaky, but it still looks really good. And he's really big and scary and saber-toothish.
Yeah.
But as soon as he reveals himself, everybody just beats the fuck out of him and take him down like it's nothing. Yeah. The way they took down that first werewolf just completely sucked all the tension out of the room to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when
it was kind of like Ghostbusters too. It's like, oh, I thought it was going to be He-Man. You're like, shit. No, because there is one scene when the werewolf is trying to break into the carriage space of the train where they're all hiding, and they're only showing flashes of him after he killed the fat guy, and you can see his yellow eyes and his hands. I was like, that's fucking scary, dude. They should have had the lights go out and start flickering, and you can only see little bits of him at a time. Never showed him full on. Never.
Yeah.
And it would have
been all of a sudden the lights were on, and the lights were fucking and then all of a sudden the lights were on, and they were fucking bright. And then they dispatched the first one so fast. It just
That's like what happens with your wife's like, hey, I'd like to keep the lights on today. And you're like, no, you're not. I don't no, you're not. I don't want to. You're not seeing me. No, no. Keep the lights off.
It's just it really just like ruined the moment. Like if you're having hot sex and they start trying to talk dirty to it, and you just fuck it up, you're like, I wanna smack your head with my wiener stein.
It's like
and then it just like sucks it out of the room.
It's like having hot sex, and all of a sudden a big spotlight from heaven just gets down on you, and then just shows your fat rolls and your dirty ass fucking out of shape fucking body on top of hers, flopping around like a creature from the night. And you're like, God damn my life. And then, not to make it even worse, there's a mirror that you can literally look like, you can see yourself. You look like fucking ogre, a fat ogre fucking attacking you.
It really ruins it, man.
Rain. Are you having rain? I'm having rain right now.
And also,
no, rain's coming down is what I mean. Like
literal rain. It's raining there.
Literal rain.
No rain here. It's still bright and clear skies out here. But no, and after that point, they start to pick it up again because more werewolves kind of like it starts to like spread the lore a little bit, and you're like starting to get into it. Okay, how are we going to get off this train? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
But then, honestly, my biggest problem with the movie is the main dude, the main lead, who you're supposed to be really like into. What's his fucking name?
Jehophacet.
Adrian. I think it's Adrian.
Wasn't it Jamie?
No. Yeah, maybe it's Jamie. Fuck, I don't know. The main guy, you know what I'm talking about if you see it. The main guy in the movie, he's just so like the movie just decides that all of a sudden everybody's picking on him, and like there's this big like jock dude on the train who's been making fun of him, and everyone's shitting on him, and then all of a sudden it's like they skipped a scene. He's supposed to have this arc where he finally finds his nuts and like starts to take charge and decides I'm going to take control of my life, but he doesn't actually do anything. Everybody just goes, actually, you know what? You're a real badass and you are a leader. And actually, you're doing a really good job. When the guy actually deserves for everybody to shit on him, because the whole time he's supposed to be like the dude in control. And he's just like, oh, I don't know.
I like actually the guy I like the best. I actually like the guy in the glasses, the one that actually fucking finally kills the werewolf,
who goes crazy,
like the Harry Potter motherfucker that becomes like Harry goddamn Giga Chad. He should have been like I was like, hey man, focus the story on that guy.
Yeah,
focus the story on that guy, because that guy had a lot. He was like a book nerd, and he's like reading bookworm, whatever. But he's like reading. I just got to the best part.
I lost my page,
and he's like, I'm sure you're gonna be all right, mate. And then it's like, all right, and then he's like, all of a sudden, like this guy just kicks in. He kicks off his Ned Flanders sandals, and he goes full on fucking like He-Man and beats the shit out of a werewolf. And I'm like, I want to see this guy's story. This guy should be leading shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't mind the lead guy wasn't bad. He was just underdeveloped.
Yeah, it's not that he did a bad job of acting. It's just like I was just like, you never actually did anything. Mm-hmm. And the movie just kind of starts trying to tell us, no, this guy's actually had his arc and he's a hero. And everybody's like, you're actually a hero. And it's like, nothing changed. And when he punches the dude out, like he runs up and punches him. And it's like, that was so fake looking.
It's like people say, hey, Joe Biden don't have dementia. What are you talking about? He don't forget shit. It's like he can't navigate steps and shit.
It was so unbelievable. And then the movie keeps going and it keeps going. And at some point you're like, holy shit, wrap it up. And then the way it ends with this, they try to end it with this like early 2000s like shock shit. And you're like, okay, whatever, man.
Yeah.
And the most unlikable people survive. And you're like, I don't care about that person.
Well, the girl was all right. But the one guy didn't survive. But it doesn't matter. I don't want to give away the movie too much, but I mean, to be honest with you, like it didn't feel like this movie should have come out in 2015. It felt like it should have come out like 15 years earlier in the early 2000s. I think it would have fit way better into that type of like genre than 2015. I honestly, I still think it was a pretty decent movie. I'd give this movie like a 6.0. I think I'm going to give it a 6.0 out of 10. Because it's not Train to Busan. It's not like that. Train to Busan is a fucking mega hit. Like that's a 10, 10, 10. Rin 10, 10. But this is like close to like I do appreciate the fact that it's independent. It was an indie film. It came out of nowhere, and it does its best to try to do something original and unique with the werewolf story that's been done a million fucking times. So I give it props for that.
Yeah, and I think, honest to God, man, the first half of the movie is like a 9 out of 10 for me. Like, I was watching that, and I was blown away. I was scared. I was intrigued. I was fucking in. And then the second half of the movie happens, and the second half is like a fucking 4 out of 10 for me. Like, the second half, the way... and when they start, like, eventually, at first, when they were showing them, they didn't look bad. But then when they really start to show them, and they're like, like, it's
not getting annoying.
Yeah, they eventually look terrible.
They look like remember the commercials where they had cavemen selling his car insurance?
Geico, yeah,
Geico, yeah. That's what they started to look like after a while. I was like, this is a goddamn Geico commercial.
100%, dude. I land exactly the same. I land on a 6 out of 10. The second half of the movie I thought sucked. The first half of the movie was one of the best werewolf.
The makeup effects of that one lady was awesome, though. The one that got bit.
She was like,
that kind of fucked me up, dude. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. She's like,
it was a little freaky, dude. It was a little freaky for sure.
Stop it.
Yeah, but I just disagree with the character work. Like, I think they picked the wrong characters to be the wrong people, and like the wrong people survived and the wrong people died, and it was just a fucking mess. And by the end of it, it was just like, oh my God. It really felt like two different people made this fucking movie.
If the writer was on here, he was like, well, why don't you write your own fucking novel, get it financed, and then you can talk to me about who should live and who should die. Why
don't you write me a song about why the hell I'd ever want to do that?
You want some wine with that cheese? Holy shit.
But Mike Triolet, man, thank you. It's a great pick.
Though.
It was a joy to watch. It was a joy to talk about. And it gave us our next topic of the night, which is going to be our top 5 horror films of that year, 2015.
Okay. I got it all ready to go.
I'm going to change my battery. I'll be back in a
and his dildo. I mean, vibrator. I mean, there you go. Oh, wow. What a good time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Yeah, but if you guys haven't seen it for real, give yourself a chance and check it out. You can actually get it on. You can watch it on YouTube for free. And that's what I did. And I don't think the person that uploaded it like works for the company that made the movie, so unfortunately they're not going to get any of that money. But it is what it is. So, but it is a decent werewolf flick. You don't get a lot of good werewolf movies. I mean, you get you got Silver Bullet, you got The Howling,
Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers.
Fright Night had a great transformation.
Fright Night has a good, but it's not a werewolf movie.
Right. Obviously, American Werewolf in London.
Yeah,
fucking kicked ass. But yeah, and it's also on Tubi, and like it's basically anywhere that has free movies, you can fucking find this movie. So watch.
Yeah, I got mine on YouTube. I was like, fuck Tubi. I don't want to do all that extra work to download the app and all that shit.
Before we get into our top 5, did you get Mental Mike and the Boys?
I did not.
Dirty Mike and the Boys. Speaking of games, thoughts on The Last of Us? I didn't play it. Jay has. Jay,
I thought the first one was incredible, and I thought the second one was. I didn't play the second one, so I can't give a comment on it. I do know, women. Yeah, because I hate women. They should not be heroes in games. They should not be leads in movies. They need to go back to the fucking kitchen, make us a turkey roast, and shut the fuck up and get out of the way. No, I think but I did see the reviews about why they got mad about Last of Us 2, and I can be honest with you, I think it was dumb as shit too with what the decisions they made. I didn't play it though, so I can't really comment on it. Except for The Last of Us, the first game, incredible. What an incredible game! Graphics wise, it looks great. Story wise, character wise, such a unique, awesome game. So, yeah, I did. It was the first one was great.
I didn't play it because I don't have a PlayStation because I'm a stupid asshole.
You spent $95 on Madden, you son of a bitch. You can't save it the money.
That's because the Xbox doesn't have any good goddamn games. It's all
not yet. It will. Now. It's coming.
Eon McGrath says, God, I would hate it if we finally get a new Elm Street and it's just Freddy going to war with Nancy again for 3 movies and getting tied to a car like a buck and shredded.
Yeah, that would suck, dude. That would actually fucking suck. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. They've got to come up with something new, different, original, and unique overall for Freddy Krueger to survive in the 21st century. They've got to Man of Steel it. And I know that's going to be an unpopular opinion there because people hate Zack Snyder for what he did with Superman. Not everybody, but I personally think that Zack Snyder took Superman and updated him for the 21st century and made him fucking even more beloved. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he took Superman, and yes, of course, Christopher Reeve will always be always, but you have to update Superman to make him relatable, to make him a part of this century. And Zack Snyder did that. I think he did that beautifully. And that's what you got to do with Freddy. You can't do the same fucking bullshit and expect it to work.
Yeah. And I think that the low excitement about the Exorcism requel or the Exorcist requel should be showing them that shouldn't happen. And again, this whole thing about Blumhouse owning the rights, as we said, came out to be a fucking lie. I've been hearing the same shit behind the scenes that everybody's been hearing. Not saying anything about it, but then everybody's like, oh, I don't give a shit, so might as well fucking say it. Like, that was one of the things that was on the table was if Blumhouse gets it, they're going to do a requel. They're going to bring Nancy back and that whole thing. And I'm excited no matter what if we get a Nightmare movie. But I agree that like Nancy coming back, it's just like
I think they've learned their lesson. I think what they did with Jackie Earle Haley and the remake, and they tried to update him, and they fucking failed at that with the CGI bullshit on his face, and he was too sympathetic. I think they're going to go back to the drawing board and be like, let's just do our own thing. Like, you got to have the balls to do your own thing. A24, I think, is the studio that it should go to. I think they could do something very cerebral with that character in a horror sense, which is exactly what you got to go with. And I honestly would hire someone like Pony Smasher to fucking direct it.
I'd watch that. I'd watch the shit out of that. But yeah, I just don't think a requel's needed, especially since, man, Nightmare has great sequels, like amazing sequels. I like 2, I like 3, I like 4, I like 7. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to requel that shit. And like, again, like Freddy's not, just like I said earlier about Jamie Lee Curtis and Laurie, like Michael doesn't need Laurie. Freddy doesn't need doesn't need Nancy. He doesn't. He just does. The fucking doesn't. And she's come back twice already, so.
Yeah, it's like anyways. Wes Craven is Frodo Baggins talking to Samwise Gamgee, which would be the new director coming in. He's like, there's a room for more. You should add your own story on this book. Like Wes Craven told his story. Don't come in and just literally copy paste his shit. Come in and do your own thing. Do your own translation. That, by the way, you know why it worked? Freddy 2 was that guy's own fucking vision. It was totally different than what Wes Craven had done. And yes, of course, Wes didn't like it because it was right after he had just released it. But dude, in my opinion, Freddy 2 was fucking terrifying, and it's the best look Freddy has ever had, to this day from
Yeah,
Freddy 2.
and I think Nightmare 4 ruled too, and it had a whole new cast. You know what I mean? So I just think there's no reason to bring Nancy back. Nothing against Heather Langenkamp, she's great, but Freddy's the one guy you could literally tie to any franchise.
Yep.
Freddy fucking takes on the Power Rangers. Like, he wants to kill teens, man. It doesn't fucking matter.
I think that Freddy Krueger also, honestly, I think
I'm not saying they should do a Power Rangers Freddy movie, not until like
I'd watch it. I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to do it. All right. I have nothing going on this weekend. I'll watch that shit. But
I'd watch the fuck out of it.
But Freddy Krueger leaves itself open. It really does. I mean, a male a protagonist. Jesse was great in Freddy 2.
Yeah.
Like
Freddy versus Saved by the Bell.
We've never dude. There's never been a final guy. Has it? No, not really. Jesse was.
Ash, but
no, he's not the final guy. Like he's like literally a fucking action hero. He's not a pussy crybaby high school boy. But I'm talking about a pussy crybaby high school boy. Has there ever been
Don't talk
one?
about my dad.
Paul Rudd. I mean, I guess it's the closest one from Halloween 6, but he really wasn't the final guy. It was the girl. It was the red-haired girl.
Not a lot. There's definitely not a lot of final guys in horror whatsoever. Man.
I'm not saying that there should be. I'm not trying to say, well, we need to balance the playing field out, but I think that it would be cool to maybe you could have like a fucking guy like Jesse or something in Nightmare remake. I don't know.
Now that'd be a requel I'd be interested in if they brought him back and did something with that. No doubt about it. Big guy 312. Hey man, says just bought an expensive Halloween 1978 official script signed by everyone on the cast and John Carpenter.
How drunk was he when he signed it?
Where can I find a replica Myers burnt mask? Dude, if you got money to buy that script signed by everyone, I'm pretty sure a quick Google will do you. You'll be able to find a really sick one.
Well, he might have spent all of his money on the fucking 1978 official script.
In that case, just buy a Trick or Treat Studios one and just take a blowtorch to half of it. Because I've seen people do it.
I don't know who's doing them, but if you're looking for like an actual replica mask, who's that company that used to do Madman 78?
NAG. The NAG masks. NAG.
Yeah, you could try them. I mean, I don't know if you can get a hold of the guy through the email. He might do you one. They're expensive, but if you're looking for something that's high quality,
that guy's masks are beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just some random dude on Facebook, but he kicks ass. Jace Crawford says, I watched Drive Through because of your review of it. God damn you, Michael. YouTube won't let me say it.
They won't let you say what? Oh, yeah. God damn you, Michael. They won't, because you know why? They protect Michael Myers because they're Democrats. Fuck them.
Jay and I were miserable watching that movie, but we also found that a lot of people fucking loved it.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually surprised that we didn't get like burned at the stake for our review.
Yeah, sometimes even we have higher standards than you think. Izzy says, watching in my Wham hoodie. Love you guys.
Hey, cool, man. Thank you, Izzy. I'm watching it in my Wham shirt. Custom.
Close your eyes.
Custom.
Jay and I are just holding you. Just close your eyes, Izzy, and pretend Jay and I are holding you while we listen to the soft sounds of Randall Kassenbach.
My favorite Randall composer. Yes, he used to play. He used to play the Russian orchestra in the 1970s, and what a beautiful orchestra he led. By the way, when I say custom, this is literally a Calvin Klein shirt that I bought cheap, and this is like a fucking printout, and it's like an iron-on pad. We don't get any. We don't get any like any of our own merchandise. It's not like we can just be like, "Hey, can you guys send this one for free?" It's like, no, bitch, you got to pay for it.
Yeah, we're in the process of switching merch companies too, so we're gonna have some cool merch coming out soon, but not yet, Senor Rico.
You must be patient. You hold your horses there.
Not quite, motherfuck.
What's that from? Not quite, motherfuck. Motherfuck.
Why don't you fuck your mother and find out?
Why don't you suck your mother's cock and go back to hell, motherfuck?
You motherfucker, you fuck your own mother. Oh shit. And just got monetized. All right.
Dude, that's what we, by the way, that's what we should do is when we start Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like we should talk like that. Like, hello, you motherfucks, are you ready to kill people? Like if we're the kills, like, are you ready to rip the flesh from their bones and laugh at them as they die 1,000 deaths? And they'll say, and then because it's gonna be there's 3 people, right? And there's only gonna be one guy that's normal. Is like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't want to kill? Why are you on my team? You dirty pussy communist. Get off the team, you motherfucker.
Don't you talk to me, motherfucker. Yeah. Dude, I'm only gonna say it that way.
I only want to kill it just to be that guy.
I'm just gonna talk to people like that. Like, I'll have a vegetarian sub, you motherfucker.
Oh, you don't have vegetarian sub? What do you like to eat? Meat, you motherfucker? I bet you like to have a lot of meat in your mouth, motherfucker.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
All right,
wow.
you want to go pee before we start do our top 5?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go quick. I'll be back.
All right. Oh, we're getting to the final part of the show now, so get your dicks ready and get your mothers on the phone because we got to talk to your moms, you motherfuckers. What's wrong, Jay? God, get it together. Jesus Christ. Jesus! What's wrong with you? Listen, all I know is this. All I want to do is a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. And just shake your rump. Just shake your rump. Yeah, I'm very tempted by Madden Tomo. It's fucking burning in my butt. But I'm happier to be here with you guys. I really am. I'm happier to be here than I would be playing Madden, and that's the truth. Just don't look me in the eye. Don't look me in the eye because I'll tell you the fucking truth. Hey, while Jay is gone, I will talk about the year of 2015, man. I swear to God, when you go back to this year, it is mind fucking boggling. We were doing the channel during this time. We started the channel in 2012. We were 3 years deep in the channel. And this is when I was working as a senior logistics manager for a logistics company and doing the channel full time and working third shift. So like we would do the channel, had the kids, had third shift, was a manager. I was a fucking awful employee, terrible employee. But I worked third shift. So like when everybody was out of the building, I could film reviews sometimes. So I would take my phone, or I would actually bring in all my filming equipment to my desk, or I would go into like closed conference offices because I had the whole building to myself, and truck drivers would be calling, trying to get like help with like gas and shit. And I'm just over here filming a review for some shitty fucking movie that no one's ever going to watch. But this year of 2015 had so many good VOD horror movies, so many good independent video on demand horror movies. And we'll be talking about those as we go along tonight. But I'll never forget, man, it was so uncomfortable for me when I was working in this office. Literally, I would be the only one there some nights. And I would go and I would take the fucking equipment. I'd take the fucking lights and I'd say, you can go back and you can watch these. 2015, you can watch these reviews. I would sit at my desk and I would go and I would watch them from my fucking computer while doing it, and then set up my shit and go film the reviews for them. And you'll see me, sometimes the lighting is so bad, I would have to make the entire thing black and white. But I would make the whole thing black and white. I would film it on my little capture card. And I would film the review for it. And then I'd run back to my desk, answer the calls that I'd missed, call people back, get all that shit sorted. And then I would upload it onto my laptop because that's what had my editing on it. So I'd have my laptop set up and I'd be editing it, talking on the phone, answering these videos and putting the reviews up. And they would get like, I don't know, like fucking 700 views or whatever. Like nobody gave a shit. But I had so much fun fucking doing that. And that was a really fun year for that too, because they had so many cool, interesting movies that came out. Like a lot of VOD movies I watch now, they're not great, you know? But some of them were so fun. And I would literally, this is the saddest thing I ever did. There was a movie called Redemption or something with Jason Statham in it. So I got this bright idea that I would actually use the fucking printer at work to print out the movie poster for the movie I was going to review. And I would take pins and I would fucking put the movie poster up in my cubicle for the movie I was reviewing. And then I'd set up my phone or set up all my shit. And then I would sit there and review it with the movie poster over here. I swear to God, it's on YouTube. You can find it yourself. Or if there was like a news story and I was afraid somebody was going to walk in, because there were so many edits where I'd be sitting there filming and I'd hear a door shut and I was afraid it was like a manager who came in early or some shit. And I would like be like, what the fuck? And I would sit there in silence for like 15 minutes and like close all my shit and hide it and then bring it back all out to finish the fucking reviews. Or I would walk. I did Ash versus Evil Dead, one of the first trailers that ever came out for that show. I go out in the parking lot with my fucking camera and I'm holding a fucking light and I'm walking around and I'm like, this was crazy. Because we didn't even know how to put the trailer in the video. So a video reaction was just like watching a trailer and then just being like, so it was crazy, you guys. Ash came out and there was a demon. And it was so embarrassing. Or if someone would show up, I would get in my car and drive around and go to like Arby's or something and like film it while driving and almost wreck. Fucking crazy time. Crazy times at Ridgemont High in the butt. 1 2 1 2. Fuck
I
you.
need your sweet embrace. Hold me in the darkness.
Oh yeah. Dude, do you remember doing videos in Shinaway? By the way, Stacey James brought up a great nostalgic Wham moment. Remember, we did the Deadpool review in the back of
that was
Kusu's
awkward
bar.
as fuck, dude. Yeah, Mike was setting up a camera and this dude walked in because we had asked Kusu, who owned the bar, if we could use the back room, but we thought it'd be like a unique background. to do Deadpool in the review, and so Mike was setting the camera up, and it looked so fucking gay. It looked gay porn gay. And the guy this drunk dude from the bar. We're in Kentucky, so you know. He walked in, he like stumbled in, and he saw like two dudes. One was like starting to like set up a camera, and I was just sitting at a table, and he was like, hey, oh, I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to burst in. And he was like, Mike's like, no, that's cool. We're just doing a video. He's like, hey, I get it, man. You got two good looking guys. Whatever. Have a good one. And he like backed out of the fucking bar. I was like, God damn. I was like, I don't even want to go back out there and sing karaoke now. But it turned out, yeah, those are fun times. That was a good time.
Yeah, dude, that was run gun. Like there was no fucking rules. There were no rules.
I made out with two girls back in that back section, and one of them told me that she's like, I don't know what you like. We were making out, and then she was like, we stopped. Like, just take a breath, and then that song's like, tonight I need your sweet embrace was going on in my head, and then she's like, I just want you to know, I've got a boyfriend, and
was he like a UFC fighter?
No. She said she's like, I've got a husband, and he's an ex-UFC fighter, and he's Russian. So if that bothers you, we can stop right now. I was like, it was good to meet you. It was good to meet you, and Jesus Christ can save. I got up immediately and walked away, and she was hot, dude. It was a good fucking makeout too, and I was like, fuck, dude. It was right there in the middle, and there was another one that pulled me in the back room in the toilets, and she was like,
hey, I gotta pee. Tell your story. I gotta pee.
Okay. This other girl pulled me out into the back rooms one time. I was just walking to the bar, and she like jerked my. Oh, I had met her outside, and she asked for a cigarette, and I gave her a cigarette. And her boyfriend was there, or the guy that she was on a date with, and I gave him a cigarette, and they were talking to me. And then I went back into the bar, and I was just chilling. I wasn't even looking at her or nothing. And then I was going to the toiletries, and she like jerked, like she grabbed my. It was like in a fucking cartoon, and it was like, whoa! She pulled me into the women's bathroom, and then she's like, "You think I'm pretty?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Do you think I'm pretty?" Like she was like out of breath. I was like, "Yeah." And then she like fucking started making out with me like in the bathroom, and it was weird. It was the most surreal fucking shit ever, dude. And I just did it because you got to go with it, and I did it. And then I was like, "All right, well, I got to go back. I'm in the women's bathroom, and I got to go pee, so I'm gonna go over there to the men's bathroom and pee, and then I'm gonna go back to the bar." And she's like, "Okay, do you want my number?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, what's your number?" And like, I took her number real quick, and I did my thing, and I was like, "All right." And then she came up to me like an hour later, and she's like, "The guy I was with, I was on a Tinder date. He fucking saw what we did. He saw what we did. We went into that bathroom together, and he left. And he's pissed, but called me. I'm like, oh my god, no." Okay. Dude, goddamn, what crazy ass fucking times we live, huh? Anyway, that was a one-time thing. Clinton says Jay was a play in 2015. No, it was more like it was like 2015, 2016. I wasn't a player. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. My divorce had finalized in 2014. I had been with the same girl at that point for 12 years, so I had no idea what was going on. But holy shit, women are, whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy. It was just like that. Fucking, oh, crazy. Blu-ray Addict says, "Hey Jay, anyway, the segue here. Hey Jay, watch any good TV shows lately?" Yeah, dude, 100%. The Hills. God, no, not The Hills, not that piece of shit, that fucking staged ass bullshit. Hills on Stars. Yes, it's a great show. It's an awesome show. It's on Stars. It's totally worth the purchase. Get Stars and watch that show. Give them support, please, because I want a season 3 of Hills. As far as any other TV shows that I've watched, no, I have not watched anything at all that's worth a fuck. But Glenn says Twisted Metal. I don't know, man. Is it good? I don't know. Michael says I know The Hills. I don't know why. Oh shit, that fucking asshole. What was the blonde guy's name? That was such a dickhead. Not Dark. What the fuck's his name? He started with a P. I don't know. Alan says women are wild. Dude, they are. It is so weird. Like I know it's not like a misconception. Like it's always like, oh, guys are always the ones that like are just like hypersexual and horny all the time. No, dude. I mean, there's some fucking cheetahs out there. Like there are some fucking women that are just straight cheetahs. They lie in wait and they move fast. And I didn't know what was going on when that happened. Hey, Austin, thank you so much, dude. He says, I was always a werewolf kid. My friends were all about vampires, but the way they hissed trying to be intimidating just made me laugh. Why did they do that? I don't know, dude. I guess because they're not intimidating. They're like, fuck you dry. I don't know, dude. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. The hissing is always kind of like, I guess if it's done correct, if it's done right, if it's done in the right way, it's a little intimidating. Like I always go back to Monster Squad, and I said this in the commentary I did, and we've reviewed the movie several times, but the guy that played Dracula in that does such a fantastical job of doing the hiss thing, and it worked in that instance. But yeah, there's other ones like, oh fuck you solid. You're like, oh, I see. Okay, well, it's not working anymore. But yeah, it's just my opinion. Orlando Gomez said, Jay, is that the story of how you met your ex-wife? No, the story of how I met my ex-wife was I was in high school. I had transferred from a private, I was at a Christian private school for about a year and a half, and then I transferred back to public school for my senior year. And then lo and behold, I didn't know there was a black hole called Slut-Ola, a dangerous creature that existed there, and that's how I met her. I met her my senior year of high school. I actually went to prom with her, and then wound up marrying her. The all-American story, and then you just find out later on what a mega slut she was, because holy shit, not a mega pint, a mega slut. Sarah B. Spencer from the Hills. Yes, dude, fucking Spencer. Goddamn Spencer, dude. I hated that motherfucker. And yes, I used to watch The Hills now and again. Lauren was the main girl in that, and then Spencer was married to Heidi, and Heidi was Lauren's friend, and then they had a falling out, and Spencer was always that troublemaker in the background. What a cocksucker, cuntsucker, cuck that he was. And then I found out it was all scripted anyway. Tomo Ogata says, you mean the American Horror Story? Yeah, the American Horror Story. That's exactly what I meant. Sebastian, Jade, is your ex? Watch your channel. Jade, you got any picture of your ex? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's shit on there, but I don't know if she does or not. I don't give a fuck. I don't think she does. But if she does, fuck you. If she's watching that, fuck you. Okay. I hope you fucking fall on a dildo that goes right up in your fucking mouth, and it goes down into your stomach, and then it comes out and explodes from your butthole, and you can never walk correctly again. But I don't think she watches, so I'm good. I don't think so. She never really supported the channel to begin with back in the day. She thought I was hanging out with my loser friend and making excuses. Like, hey, we're trying to do YouTube videos just to say that for an excuse to hang out with my friends. So, I mean, maybe. But yeah, I and as far as I burned every fucking picture I had of her. And guess what? When I burned it, it went up in a green, bluish black smoke, and it went up into the clouds, and there was a thunderclap, and then the ground rumbled a little bit, and I knew that Satan had received the offerings from my ex-wife's picture.
Came inside of Jay.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yep, that's what happened. So yeah, somebody was asking me if, like, do you think your ex watches your show or watches the show? And I was like, do you have any pictures of your ex? And that's what I said. I said I had a burning. Like a goddamn tribal situation. I burned the demons of old, and the smoke went up in the air, and the thunder and clouds opened up, like that scene in Poltergeist 2 when the Native American and they have that fucking moment, and the demon thing rises out of the smoke. That's what it was.
I was there. We were summoning Satan. Did you answer any super chats while I was gone? Oh, you did.
Yeah, I answered Austin. I got Austin. Yeah. Oh.
So we're all fucking caught up.
Yeah.
That means we're gonna get all.
Hey, we're gonna be able to get on time because Mike's got to take his kids to the bus stop or take them to the school. They got to take them to the school.
Yeah, just drop them off at the bus stop.
Oh, I didn't get that one. Yeah.
Field of Screams podcast said, "Here's some money for Jay's next pair of Puma shoes from Costco."
I love some Pumas. I love them.
Great show tonight, fellas. Any underrated found footage films you've seen lately? Dude, it's been a minute since I've seen any found footage.
I swear there was something. It blipped on the radar and then it went away.
I never seen that one. Didn't you watch Poughkeepsie tapes like a year ago? The Poughkeepsie tapes?
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh, I've never seen it.
No, I told you about it, and then we were gonna do it. I think we planned on doing something together, like in getting reactions or something. But
okay.
No, man. I know there. I think there was something. I just don't remember.
Some underrated found footage films from back in the day, though. The Bay was a movie that came out that was kind of fucked up, and I remember Open Water. Remember when that came out?
I was going.
Just it's not a great entertaining movie. It's really slow, but like imagine being lost in the middle of the ocean with like a fucking camera. That was fucked up. I was thinking about that the other day. That's the only two I can think of off the top of my head, though.
Yeah, that's a good underrated found footage, man. I'm sure there's a shit ton that we haven't seen.
We got a tier list of fucking found footage movies.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, do it with me. Do it with me on a mountain.
No. Okay. All right. So
all right, let's do it.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there and make that asshole ours.
Fire it up. Fire it up.
So top 5 horror movies of 2015 coming in hot and sexy and dripping wet. Are we ready to go ahead and open the curtain and let these people enjoy the show? I think so. So here we go. At number 5 for me, and again, I already said this, it tied number 5, but it's not going to make the list. And this is going to seem incredibly low, but I have to put it there. Bone Tomahawk is my number 5 for the top movies of 2015 that is horror. Bone Tomahawk, I've always had a soft spot for Western films, especially Western films that deal with a lot of like horrific, like horror, basically. And there's not a lot of them, but this one with Kurt, I mean, it's got fucking Kurt Russell in it, dude. And there's something about this movie. It's disturbing. It is a very, very disturbing fucking movie. It's not true. Okay. The troglodytes, they're definitely Bud Light drinkers. The Native American tribe,
like a Hostess snack.
The Native American, the troglodytes sound like a fucking discontinued, juju treat. like a Twizzler or something. Like it's like, hey, I want to have some troglodytes when I go to the film today. They haven't made those since 1971.
It's so nutty.
But and by the way, the last time I heard troglodyte was in Fallout 3. But anyhow, they are very scary, and it feels like the troglodytes could have existed, or at least something like them could have existed in this time frame, where they're a cannibalistic Native American tribe that roam around the hills or whatever, and they pick off on the villages or settlers that were moving out west. I thought it was a very fucked up movie. It's slow. It takes a little time to get going, and it does. There are parts of it that it feels like Kurt Russell's like he's just like he does, because Kurt Russell's done horror movies before. Obviously, he's done The Thing, so he's used to this kind of level of weirdness. But it almost feels like sometimes he's not, like he doesn't want to be in it. Like not that he's not doing a great job, but it just feels like he's not blending well. I don't know what it is. It just feels like he's such a great actor. So why are you down here fucking wasting time with these assholes?
Sometimes
Patrick Wilson's
just
in it
don't
too,
know
though.
what to do with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah, he's so good. But dude, the ending of this movie when he sees the women and what they do to the women, god damn, dude. God, wow. So you took the risk and you found the friend, and now you're walking away a millionaire. Yeah, dude. It's number 5 for me, Bone Tomahawk.
Excellent choice, I must say. Also,
yes,
I'm gay. That's what I was gonna go with. You don't even know me at all. Who the fuck are you even?
I'm not trying to insult you.
God damn it!
Shut your fucking mouth and pick it.
Shit! Fuck! Fart! My number 5 is gonna be The Black Coat's Daughter. That bitch.
Was Jada Pinkett Smith in this, Mike?
The Black Coat's Daughter, man. This movie, directed by Oz Perkins, the son of Anthony Perkins, the star of Psycho, who's made several horror films, and I think is going to have an amazing career as a director. Man, I remember watching this. I remember the day I watched it. Kate and I were sitting on the couch and we were just hanging out. She goes, well, what's this Black Coat's Daughter? And I was like, all like high on my own shit. And I was like, Kate, I've never heard of it, and if I haven't heard of it, it's definitely not good. Like, I was like, I'm not watching that shit. But she was like, "Fuck you, we're watching it." So we watched it. Blew the top off my brain. It's so slow, and it's an A24 slow burn ass film, but absolutely scared the tits off my chest, and that's hard to do because I liked IPAs at the time, and the estrogen gives you lots of Anyways, my point is this, man. It's so slow, but it's so creepy, and it just crawls inside of your soul, like the ring chick crawling out of a TV. And then when it ends, and there's this girl sitting in front of boilers like, hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan, and like there's heads sitting around. You're like, Jesus Christ, I don't even know what just happened, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
This movie
It sounds like an employee
scared.
meeting at Spencer's.
Dude, it does, and it's so like so many people I saw were like, this movie sucks, it's so slow, nothing happens. But I'm telling you, if you go into it not suspecting anything, and by the end of it, when stuff does start to happen, it's one of those movies that just seeped into your soul, like through your pee-pee hole, and just really just fucked your mind up. And Emma Roberts was great in it, and I think she's one of the worst killers in Scream. So I'm not a huge Emma Roberts person, and I will say she was great in it. But yeah, dude, Black Coat's Daughter, if you want something that has at least the chance to really scare you and fuck you up Exorcist style, I'm not saying it's The Exorcist, but if you want a movie that's going to give you those kind of deep, dark vibes in your tchotchkes, Black Coat's Daughter is underratedly really, really has the propensity to scare you if you're in the right place.
I thought it sucked. But anyway,
shut up.
No, like it was tainted for me because we had someone requesting that over and over again a long time ago, and I was like, I watched it. I was like,
I forgot about that.
I was like, I don't want to like it now at all, and I didn't. But just because it was tainted. But no, overall, it is a good film. My number 4 is going to be Circle. I like Circle a lot, dude. Like Circle Jerk, everybody loves that. That's what men do when they're on the road. But no, Circle is actually
that's what you do to the clitoris.
Yes, you circle around it, not finding it. You circle around it, not finding it. It's like at a cul-de-sac. You know where the house
Who gave me these goddamn directions?
It's like being drunk trying to find the house in a cul-de-sac. You know the house is there, but you just can't find it because you're drunk. But no, Circle Dude is actually a really well. I mean, it's nothing new. It's nothing groundbreaking by any stretch of the imagination, but it's acted well. You get invested in the story, and it's got that sci-fi horror element that actually makes it work. And I do like the exploration of the what us as humans, where our compasses is more our morality compasses, because that really is what this movie's about. And I loved it. I've actually seen this movie several times because it does have a propensity to bring you back and watch it over and over again. I don't know. Like there's just something and I know this is going to sound weird. It feels cozy. It feels like a cozy movie to watch for some fucking reason. Like I feel like there should be a fire burning and it should be winter outside and I'm watching Circle drinking some hot cocoa. I don't know what that. I don't know.
Outside is weather.
I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It just feels like a very relaxing movie, even though it's a horror movie. But it's also a thinking cat movie too. You got to think about it, and it's actually when you first watch the movie, you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because all these people wake up, they're in a circle, and if one of them moves off the little circle, they die. Then they have to make if they don't jerk off enough, they only get 2 minutes. Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to survive just fine. But and then they have to make choices. Who's going to die first? Is it going to be the older people, the people with cancer, disabilities, little kids? How does it all play in? And then you finally find out the ending, and you're like, I think the ending was a little disappointing, to be honest. I feel like they could have done a lot more with this movie, and I would have loved a sequel. But ultimately, Circle is a good, it's a solid movie, dude. It really is. For 2015, it came out of nowhere. But again, I don't like if you guys haven't seen this movie, don't go in expecting it to be groundbreaking. They've done movies like this before. I think they did it with Cube. Cube is kind of like Circle.
The Exam too. The Exam.
I think The Exam is way superior to Circle, but
same vibe though, right? Like
I
remember, I remember
it.
Circle being on Netflix and people being
that's why I watched it. It's on Netflix. It's still on Netflix.
Yeah. Excellent moment of the time. Wonderful choice, Stephen McGregorton.
Goddamn, dude, you sound like I Am Sam. That's a wonderful choice. That's a wonderful choice when he's at Starbucks. That's a wonderful choice.
I like pizza.
I'm Sam.
I'll be brief on this one because I know that this is a movie that probably nobody in here has seen. Like, this movie just really messed me up, man. It's a documentary / movie called The Nightmare, and it's by Rodney Asher. He's a documentary filmmaker who also made Room 237, which was a deep documentary into. You watched that one, right? About The Shining.
No, I've watched The Nightmare too.
Oh yeah. And dude, it just. Man, it's so like it's the point where I watched it like 3 times, but I actually won't go back and watch it now because I'm afraid it'll actually give me nightmares. And what it's about, it's a documentary, but they kind of do that Rescue 911 thing or Unsolved Mysteries where it's a documentary, but while he's interviewing people who have had sleep tears and sleep demons or sleep paralysis, Yeah, Night Terrors. He interviews these people, but while he's interviewing about them, they reenact it. And there's these shadow demons who have, it's the black figure with the eyes, sort of like in Hell, like that.
Or in the Ghost, or in Ghost when they all come up.
Yeah, just like that, which is like the scariest thing in the world, dude.
It goes, oh, Carl.
That scene in Ghost is so fucked. I went to an Easter, I went to church in West Virginia with my grandma, and they were doing an Easter play, and at the end they did the fucking thing
Ghost.
from Ghost, and these black, they were dressed in those black spandies, and they came on stage and they look like the pods from Power Rangers.
The putties.
Putties, yeah, that's the one. And they grabbed this dude, and he's screaming and fucked me up.
Well, dude, what made that shit scary was in Ghost they came up slow, and they're shadows that come up off the ground, and they're like, they sound like dudes in prison having an orgasm. I always remember that part where Patrick Swayze backs off, and he's like, "Oh, Carl, what'd you do?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" Dude, that's fucking freaky, dude.
Same vibe. That's what this show does. This documentary does, dude. And nobody talked about it at the time. And I think it's so funny. That's hilarious that Dogma said when I searched it, your review came up. Because when I was talking about those days back then, yeah, man, really messed with me. And if you have ever had sleep paralysis or know anything about it, the way they reenact it, it's just so freaky, man. And it will really just, God, it gets in my soul. It scares the fuck out of me every time I watch it. So yes, it's a documentary. Yes, I sleep with men. Yes, it's number 4 on my list. Shut up.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
No dick at all.
Walter
What's your number
Peck.
3?
My number 3, and again, this might be some people are like, God damn, Jay. I mean, for real, dude. Just go outside your fucking house and watch a movie for once. Why the fuck you gotta pick something so bullshit mainstream, dude? It's gonna be Insidious 3. You can suck my dick if you don't like it. You can suck the dick. You can suck the cum right off the tip. I like it because Lin Shaye is powerful in this, and Lin Shaye is, in my opinion, what makes Insidious a good fucking movie. Don't get me wrong. I like the story of the first one with Dalton and Patrick Wilson and all that good shit. But Lin Shaye takes that shit and she puts the fucking whole series on her back. And she's the reason why I've been watching Insidious since the first one. Okay. I love Patrick Wilson. I think he's an excellent actor. But dude, Lin Shaye is where it's at. I love this movie, not because I think it's boring as fuck with what they do with the ghost of this one. The goddamn COPD motherfucker that couldn't put down a cigarette in life, and he still smokes that shit in death.
That's realism for our lives.
Yeah. I seen it in real life. But this goddamn tar, this tar lung infested motherfucker with emphysema skulking around looking for a young girl to hang around with. No, we're not talking about fucking the Playboy Mansion. We're talking about some ghosts. But I think Lin Shaye was cool in this because Lin Shaye is like, she's scared about trying to, it's like a prequel. It's a prequel to the Insidious movies that we know and love. But I like how it shows her beginnings, what got her motivated to go and help this girl. And you get the origin story of how she met Specs and the other dude. I just think, I don't know why I like it, dude. It kind of reminds me of it's a very low level Poltergeist movie. Very low level. And I'm not saying it's on the level of Poltergeist, but it feels like that, especially Insidious 3 and Insidious 4. I enjoy them both. I really do think they were both pretty well done movies. And again, I know it's not like the scariest shit or whatever, but it was just kind of cool. I don't know. I just had a good time with them.
I appreciate that pick by you because I like Insidious 3. Like I enjoy that movie a lot. So I'm shocked. I'm very fucking shocked that you had that high on your list, but I appreciate it. And really, I'm hoping that you'll let me touch your wiener tonight.
Yes, for sure. Okay, let's do it. All right, I'm waiting.
Yay!
Come be gay with me and Father.
Come be gay with Father and I. My number 3 is going to be The Devil's
Butt Juice. That's a good one.
The Devil's
so stinky and nightmarish.
It's going to be The Devil's Candy. Starring, I'm pretty sure we reviewed. You saw this, right?
Yeah, I remember it.
Ethan Embry. And like
one.
You've never seen
really
it before. Dude from Can't Hardly Wait, dude from Empire Records shows up and you're like, oh, look, it's Ethan Embry. And this motherfucker has abs. He is ripped as shit. He's a completely different human being. And he's so good in this movie. And
he's definitely moved past the nerd guy that Jennifer Love Hewitt said, go fuck off, that met at the train station and Can't Hardly Wait.
1,000%. And this movie is so gnarly, dude. It's a metal horror movie for sure, because it's this dad and he has his wife and he has his child, and him and his child just have this connection where they both just love like heavy metal. And he's a painter, and they buy this barn in the middle, or this farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, because it's got this barn that he can do his painting in. And he's an up and coming artist. And the reason they get the house on the cheap is obviously because some fucked up shit happened there before. But meanwhile, there's this child murderer predator on the loose who's just like, he has this ringing in his head of this music, and it's just driving him crazy. And he's like murdering kids and shit like that. And it's really fucked up.
It's Scott Stapp, but in alternate reality, Scott Stapp.
It's metal Stapp.
Yeah, it's like the horror movie Scott Stapp.
But dude, the music's fucking great. The mix of horror and metal is so great. The darkness, the way that they use like the demons and the devil and like the satanic shit in this, really creepy as fuck. And and also you've got this child murderer on the loose, which is a really crazy story that keeps you entertained throughout. And it's just such a fucking great movie. And it's done by Sean Byrne, who also did The Loved Ones, an Australian horror director. And Australian horror, dude, is fucking the gnarliest horror.
They're doing some good stuff out there. I feel like where the edge is coming with horror movies is definitely Asian horror, like Korea, North Korea's a horror story actually existing as a country, but the South Koreans they're doing a great job. I feel like Asia is on the cutting edge of horror, like everything that we're getting, like because I mean, you look at America, dude. America literally. We're not really coming out with some good ass shit anymore. We're usually doing stuff that we're taking Korean movies or Asian movies and then doing a remake and putting it into America. And I don't know, man. You're right. Like I wish America's got to step its goddamn game up. Okay, we got to step our fucking game up, America.
Well, it's interesting too, because like Mad Hatter, it's good to see you, by the way, says I feel like I was not alive during 2015 or something. That's what I was saying earlier. This year had some of the greatest under the fucking radar horror movies in the world. And Blu-ray, you're right, like that Loved Ones is fucking amazing as well. If you guys like, and if anybody gets anything from these lists tonight with Circle and Bone Tomahawk and fucking Nightmare and Devil's Candy in these movies, is I think it'd be really cool to like that. If you get some good movie recommendations, like everybody wants something scary to watch, but it feels like it's all been seen before. 2015 was so weird. It was so weird. There's so many good movies that were not really like pushed to the forefront. Like The Devil's Candy would have been this year's Smile if it came out today. Probably the same thing with Circle, definitely Bone Tomahawk. Yeah. But anyway, that's my number 3.
Yeah. I like it. I
liked it.
The Devil's Toe. So hot and spicy. I mean, the Devil's
Stick
Candy.
It in.
My number 2 is going to be, and here's a guy you don't really hear get the props anymore. The M. Night, fuck me hard, Greg. That guy fucked everyone hard, and that guy is never disappointed. But it's going to be M. Night Shyamalan's Lick My Butt Dan. M. Night Shyamalan, Do Me, Lick My Butt Dan, Please Touch Me, and Fuck You Ray is some of the best stuff I've ever seen in my life. Fuck Your Own Foot and then Put It in Your Mouth and Suck Your Toe was one of the best movies that came out in 2015. And then not to be shadowed by Fuck You McRiblet, which was the sequel that M. Night Shyamalan was planning on doing, but it got turned down. The Visit of My Vagina Monoma was the mountain that he named it after. By the way, if you guys are listening on podcasts or whatever, if you guys, we're sorry. So my number 2 is M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit that came out in 2015. I feel like it's an unheralded movie. I feel like it was actually one of the better films that M. Night Shyamalan had done in a long time. I feel like The Visit is actually very realistic. Like, that shit could happen. I mean, I hated the fucking rapping kid in that. I think he was one of the worst fucking characters I've ever heard since the Babadook and that screaming bastard child that should have had fucking hot iron dropped on his fucking face and then him thrown into a well.
But, I want to get meal.
Yeah, that fucking rapper kid was one of the worst things I've ever seen in that movie. But otherwise, everything else in that movie was really solidly done. And it was so suspenseful because you really didn't know what was going on. And then there were just little moments of little glimpses throughout the film, like, and M. Night does a great job that you have to piece it together as a viewing member. And when you piece it together, you're like, holy fuck, these aren't even their grandparents. These are fucking they're not psychopaths. They're like escaped mental patients. And what's fucking crazy about this is like, I could literally I can literally imagine myself reading about this on the dailymail.com.
That's true.
Like little kids survive deranged mental patients that posed as their grandparents for a weekend. Like, it sounds so fucking realistic. Man, what a great fucking movie. And it's one of those movies that really absorbed you. But I feel like The Visit, I feel like it's one of those movies that once you watch it maybe once or twice, you probably won't go back and visit it again. You won't go back and visit The Visit.
Visit it. Get it? Venereal diseases. No, dude, The Visit kicks ass. Like, and honestly, I was so happy for M. Night when he did that, because like, he was getting shit on by so many people, and then he comes out with this movie and he's like, fuck it, I'll finance it with myself and I'll make it cheap. And that
I hate that he felt like he needed to do, like, he had to have a twist though. But he did, but I felt like his twist was natural. It felt like an actual natural evolving twist, and it wasn't like forced.
Yeah, and I agree with you, dude. The worst thing about that movie is the little girl and her's like, I'm an artist director, and worst of all, the little boy who's like,
so what a fucking
like the little rapping kid at the end was so god with his lisp, like, Steven.
I wanted to throw hot boiling water in your fucking lips so that they seal up from the trauma damage to your lips, so you never open them again.
You know that kid would have a TikTok today. But yeah, no, dude, when the grandpa shoves that fucking diaper in that kid's face, oh my god,
that was actually really satisfying. Like, at that point, the grandfather was the hero.
Oh my Christ, dude, that messed me up so bad. That was such a great.
It was nasty, but I approved the grandfather doing that.
You deserve this. You need this. Oh fuck, I threw my mouse all around. My number 2 is going to be Green Room.
I almost put it on my list, but it didn't make it.
So good, dude. Such a good fucking movie, man. And what I love about this movie is like, there's a lot of metal movies that like mix with horror, and sometimes punk mixes with horror too. But I think Green Room does it best, because the first half of the movie, you're actually watching this group of this like hardcore, like legit punk band. And
Mike,
sometimes there's
Mike, just keep talking. I'll be right back. I gotta go.
Okay,
just real quick. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna think about you holding the arena while you're gone. But like, the best part about Green Room is the first half of the movie is you do get like this kind of SLC punk sort of feel. You get to watch this struggling punk band. And sometimes they're sort of annoying because they're like, this guy's a true punk because he listens to this. And sometimes they're sort of like, oh, okay, shut the fuck up, Greg. I get it. But they're struggling to live their lives. And you learn something about the characters as you go through the movie. And these people have to siphon gas to get to their next show. They're eating shitty rice and beans. Their lives suck. But it sets it up so beautifully that when they go to this Nazi punk show, because they literally have to keep their tour alive, and they witness a murder, and then all of a sudden they're trapped in this shithole fucking place in the middle of nowhere. And these guys are like, these kids, this band saw us murder someone, so we have to keep them here, and we're going to have to murder them. When you watch them go through what they're going through, you're watching people who have been through shit, that have had a hard life, that like, you know, have gone through it. So it's really interesting to watch how these like punk kids like react to this crazy situation. And then not just that, but you actually see the band play. Like, you see them play music. One of the best parts of the movies is when they go to this Nazi fucking punk place to play their music. He's like, I got a bad idea. And they decide to play Nazi punks, which, if you don't know the song, it's like Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks. Shut the fuck. Like, it's basically the song is like fuck Nazis, and people are throwing beers at him and shit. But they end up witnessing a murder, and then lo and behold, this Nazi punk club turns out to be this basically organized crime unit ran by Patrick Stewart, of all people. Fucking Professor X is running this shit.
Yeah.
And Patrick Stewart's so goddamn good in that, dude. The way he talks to people and like grabs people by their face, and it's like, this is your fucking fault. He's so good. And like
I like the cameo. He's like, where were you, Charles? The cameo that happens.
Dude, they add so many layers to it. The way that this
organized was he the Nazi in that? He was a Nazi, right?
Yeah, he was the leader of the Nazi. He was like the Tony Soprano of the Nazis.
We're demonetized. You can't even say that word anymore.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. But you got like the red laces, and there's so many ties to like the deep punk and like the shitty fucking Nazi punk side of stuff. And Anton Yelchin, man. Talk about somebody who's lost too soon.
100%.
He was so fucking good in this movie.
Anton
He's such a great actor.
Yeah, dude, Anton Yelchin, like, dude, he was one of my favorite fucking like up and coming actors that got, like, the way he died was so fucking weird and bizarre. and tragic, just because he literally, dude, he had the it factor. I think that guy. I remember watching Anton Yelchin, and I believe it was Anton Yelchin in Hearts in Atlantis with Anthony Hopkins back, like in the early. Dude, I was like, that kid is fucking great.
Yeah,
like,
that was tragic as shit. What happened to him, man? Like, I remember we were all like, "Oh, damn!" Like that's
I
actually
was like, because it was so bizarre. His death was so fucking weird.
Yeah, and it was so insane. He was so good in this movie, and like the practical effects, like when he got his arm chopped up, were so gross. And the movie's so dark, man. It's actually hard to watch. They get trapped in the green room. That's the reason it's called Green Room, is because if you don't know, if you're a band, when you're waiting to play, you go into the backstage, which is called like the Green Room, and you hang out waiting for your show. And they're trapped back there, and like all these Nazis, they send in dogs to kill them, and they have guns, and it turns into a haunted house almost, because like when they get out of the room, they're like, "Oh fuck, where are they?" And they're walking around, and like Patrick Stewart is just sitting dogs, and he's sitting Nazis, and it's such a fucked up. It's almost like a real life haunted house movie. It's so fucking good, man. I love this movie. It's just hard to watch because it's dark as shit, but it's good.
Yeah, it definitely feels like what if American History X had been a little longer, had more detail, that could have happened to them if they got. Remember when he confronts what's his fucking face in American History X and tells him to leave? I can't remember the characters' names. Edward Norton confronts the leader of the Nazis, the skinheads, and he says, "Leave him fucking." Like that could have happened there.
Yeah, if they turn that into an esoteric fucking haunted house / like realistic like Nazis trying to murder you scene, but you're stuck in the middle of nowhere in this fucking venue. There's just so many layers to this movie, man. It's so fucking good.
It's a good movie. It's good. It's a good one.
I love it.
So, numero uno, my number one, going to come down from the top.
What's it gonna be?
Let's bring us in some fucking barbarian Terminator tits. McGee. It's gonna be Maggie.
Oh shit! The Arnold Schwarzenegger Maggie?
Fuck yeah, dude.
I appreciate that.
Fuck yeah, dude. And it rhymed too, because you put up Tits McGee and I said, let's go with Maggie. I like it a lot. Maggie muff diving pieces of shit, school for wayward bitches that don't know about girls' youth clubs, and they want to let's eat bottles and bologna and fart on each other's faces and on our hairy while listening to Hanson mops who let the dogs out. I'm so gay and my name is Jay. This has been brought to you by That's Okay. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
A new anti-anxiety medication coming to the nearest CVS. That's okay.
It's Maggie.
It's Maggie, y'all. It's Maggie. Yeah, dude. I love this movie. I think it's actually a really good horror movie. It's set in a post-apocalyptic society after a zombie invasion has happened. Arnold in this movie, I think this is the first time really Arnold gets to stretch his acting ability in a way that we've never seen him before. He's very vulnerable. He's a dad. He's looking out for his daughter. His daughter gets infected by the zombie virus, and he wants to take her home and bring her back to his house and care for her. And the horror comes from the fact that he knows that she's going to ultimately become this creature that wants to do nothing more than consume flesh. It's horrific because the setting is horrific. The atmosphere is very horrific. And there are some very gnarly fucking moments in the movie. But it's also a very unique movie as far as a horror movie because it's got heart and it's got feeling and it's got emotion. And you don't really get a lot of those that mixes with horror very well. You have a couple of them now and again that come out. But Maggie really is a great... I don't think... Maybe it was an indie movie. I don't know. I don't remember it being advertised as a huge, big mega hit movie. And it had Arnold in it. I think it was one of his first movies that he had done since coming off retiring as being governor. And dude, he does such a phenomenal job as a caring father. And he does abandon very much so the archetype of what we think of as Arnold Schwarzenegger, like not the commando or the Predator guy or Terminator. He's just a dad. He's a fucking dad, dude. And I feel like what really worked for him is he probably was thinking about his own daughters when he did the movie. And I think that worked really well in his favor because you can tell the tenderness and the care that he shows Maggie the entire movie. And like and that's what any dad would do. I mean, you know that your daughter, like the bitch is smelling goddamn human flesh like it's goddamn like egg rolls. she's looking at your arm like it's a fucking egg roll. And he's
Sounds
like,
good,
no,
man.
no,
I'm
no,
not
no, 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 no. You don't kill my daughter. You shut up. And then the interactions with the town sheriff and stuff. Dude, this movie is so great because it's got that small town country vibe to it.
Try
But
that
then-
in a small town.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason Aldean said, fuck you.
Try turning my daughter into a zombie in
Yeah,
a small
dude,
town.
And then
you
the
son of
ending,
a
the ending
bitch.
fucking scared me, dude. It's not necessarily the things that happen that are horrific. It's like what you know will happen. I don't know. It's like it leads your mind to like, this will happen. I don't know. But the ending always got me. The ending scared me. And I can't tell you again, you guys got to check out Maggie. Like, I mean, I'm sure some of you guys out there in the chat have never seen Maggie, or maybe you saw it and you didn't watch it. Dude, it's worth the fucking watch. I think it's one of the most underrated Arnold performances, period.
I think I slept with Maggie during a Black Dragon concert in Osaka during '75.
And that's why you have no dick. She bit it off because she was a
Woo-wee.
zombie.
No, I love Maggie, dude. And I love Maggie specifically because it was so cool to watch Arnold act and people appreciate him. Because, like, we always knew he was a great actor. We always knew he had those layers. But, like, he was forced at that point in his career to kind of do a VOD film and do a horror film. And he had this soft side to him where he was just, like, in pain, but he was being subtle about it. He was just like, my daughter's a zombie. He was actually, like,
Well, because the only
pain.
other movie he had done before that was that I remember touching on that was End of Days, and that was still badass fucking Arnold being badass Arnold.
You're a fucking quad walker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That motherfucker had a goddamn great shadow beard, didn't give a fuck, walked into a church and blew the devil's asshole out of his mouth. He didn't care. But in this one, dude, it's a very I know we've used this term over and over, and I hate, but it's a very psychological horror movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially if you have kids or something, it would like you imagine the tortured existence that this is a disease that you can't stop, and it's not going to just not kill them, it's going to make them a killer, and then make other people at risk.
I was bummed at the ending of it because I was like, what the fuck? Like, I wanted to see Arnold.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like in Spider-Man 3. It's like we all knew this was coming, Pete. It's like everybody knew this was coming. It wasn't
Dirty
like
Mike
a
and the
fucking
boys.
surprise.
We will have sex in your car again. It will happen. 100%. No, but I love that movie. Great fucking pick, dude. My number one, you've talked about it. It's going to be Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, yeah. I go from 5, you go 2-1. I like the way. Let's go.
I like the way you move. Dude. I love this fucking movie, dude. Yes. Kurt Russell, for one thing, Kurt Russell in a dark, twisted horror movie is like crazy. And not only is Kurt Russell in a dark, twisted horror movie, Kurt Russell in a Western horror film. You got fucking Tombstone Kurt Russell in a messed up horror film about cannibals. Holy shit, that's amazing. And also directed by Craig Zahler, who is 3 for 3 in my opinion. This movie kicked ass. If you guys need movies to watch, and like you've seen all these, if you've seen Bone Tomahawk, you got to watch Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Oh, dude, that's so fucking good. Yeah, that's a great
dude.
one. Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
Vince Vaughn, guy's a killer director. And he also directed, and a bunch of people are mad about this because of the Mel Gibson thing, but he also directed Dragged Across Concrete, which is still a really good movie. No, we watched it. We reviewed it. It's like a 3-hour long.
I said I've seen it.
Mel, you've smoked yourself retarded. It's Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, it's like these goddamn cigarettes getting to me.
He's so fucking good in this, man. But not just that, but the cast was amazing. David Arquette, Matthew fucking Fox,
Patrick Wilson.
other people, Richard Jenkins, Patrick Wilson, and all topped off, of course, he's like, say that one more time and I'll smack you red. And that was a straight up
dude,
Tombstone line.
It was loaded. I mean, it was a loaded movie. I couldn't put Bone Tomahawk as my first one because I had all these other ones that I have a lot more nostalgia for, that I have more feeling towards it. When I watch them, I actually get more involved in it. But Bone Tomahawk, dude, it's well acted. Like the cast is fucking insane. And but you haven't seen, again, you said Kurt Russell, this is the first, but he was in The Thing. The Thing was a gnarly ass fucking horror movie too.
Right. No,
so it's been since The Thing. But you are right. It's the first time you think of Kurt Russell, you think of Wyatt Earp from Tombstone. Now he's in a horror movie. Just drop Wyatt Earp in a horror movie.
I'm thinking, yeah, and obviously he's worked with Carpenter a bunch, right? So like even the action movies he did had horror-esque vibes to them, but like this stage of Kurt Russell's career in a VOD movie that you didn't expect to be what it was, and it's actually a Western horror epic, was fucking mind-blowing to me. And then, like you said before, it's a very slow burn movie, but when they get to the top of the mountain, it is not good. I've been to the top of the mountain, and it is good.
I thought that'd be milk and honey, and there's nothing but blood and death.
No, me don't want in but. No, not at all. Please go away, sir. They get to there, and like when you see what these creatures are doing to people, and the way that they're scalping people and gnawing on their nut sacks, and literally just eating people's dicks. like
they really
literally eating people's dicks.
Like, hey, listen, bratwurst takes on a whole different meaning to these people. Bratwurst. They're talking about a man's dick with some buttons around it.
I've seen it. It's like, I just want to take your dick like a Kobayashi. And it's like, I've actually seen him do it. He will eat another man's dick.
When people are getting mad, they're like, this is like representing the Native Americans in such a harsh light. I'm like, bitch, this shit probably did happen. Yes, this particular
bad guys come in all shapes and sizes.
But this particular tribe probably didn't exist, but there were cannibalistic tribes that fucking existed. Stop romanticizing everything, you fucking dumb shit with a nose ring. Go suck my dick and make my dinner.
Stuff happens.
Go scream with your toboggon on the middle of the street. I sucked
Jay's dick and I made him a kid cuisine.
By the way, I'm not saying everybody with a nose ring, but I'm just saying, I just think of people like that. I don't know.
Chicks with no rings are hot.
I never kissed one. I was always afraid that I would hook it somehow. I have a big nose.
Sometimes they're not. No, but yeah, it's Bone Tomahawk for me. Like, dude, it's just so. Like, I don't know. Like, I like both of our lists though. I'm looking at them.
They're good. I think they're solid. I think if I walked into a Blockbuster movie store and this was like the picks of the week in 2015, if a Blockbuster was still around, I'd be like, I got some good ideas right now. I got some good ideas.
And not a lot of horror westerns out there in the world, man. Horror and westerns do not collide that fucking often.
There was a really shitty one.
I
remember one called Ghost Town, and it was a really cheap ass fucking movie, and it came out in like 1989 or some shit like that. It was fucking terrible because the effects were awful, but I kind of enjoyed it. But dude, they should do more Western horror movies. They should do like Old West, like cowboys and Native Americans and all that bullshit. They should do more of that and put it in and put like a demon or some. Would you not watch a zombie apocalypse that happened in the Old West days? I think that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah. No, that would be pretty fucking rad, dude. And also, like, that's a strategy that has not been uncovered yet. Like, horror westerns just are rare as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, they did a great job with that, and we love it, and we love you guys. And that's our list of 2015. Did you already, by the way?
No, I did not.
DJ Graham's comment.
No,
DJ Graham Crackers says, Jay, every time you mention your ex, I picture a short-haired blonde in a tank top in a trailer park smoking a cigarette. That's very far off.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't exactly look like that, but I think that she looked like that on the inside. I will say that, like, she looked like that on the inside.
Honestly, it just switched it to brown hair, and then by the end, she was basically.
You must be careful.
Not quite in a trailer park, but more in a house that had the copper ripped out of the walls.
Was more
with a needle in her arm.
Yeah, I would say more in the house of the rising needles.
But she had Craig, or whatever the fuck that guy's name was.
No, I'm not gonna.
He was like a shitty Limp Bizkit roadie.
I don't want to.
Fuck that guy. Child of the Corn says, Mike, what's your MUT strategy for Madden tomorrow? Child of the Corn. I don't play MUT. I don't do Madden Ultimate Team. I don't.
What the fuck is that? What's the MUT?
Madden Ultimate Team. So it's when you buy
fucking
cards.
Geeks, dude. You're making fun of me for role playing, and you guys have like goddamn acronyms for you. What's your MUT strategy, bro?
I just said I don't do it, Jay.
But you know what it is.
You buy packs of cards and like you form your team and then you play them against that. I never fuck with that. I'm old school. I'm old school. All right. Yeah. And I enjoy opening packs of cards like nobody's fucking business, but it's like sex. But like, honest to God, when I play, I'm all about just straight up one-on-one competition. Just you pick a team and you play against each other. That's all I do. So
I
I
thought
don't
that's
fuck
all
with
it was.
MUT.
Like I didn't know there's all these strategies and shit.
No, they're really pushing the MUT stuff hard. But my strategy for that is I'm going to take my strategy from last year. I'm going to throw it in there. I'm going to see what happens. And then as soon as these fucking pieces of shit that just go and watch a bunch of YouTube videos about their glitches, you know what I'm going to do this year? I'm going to go watch those fucking videos. And I'm not going to use them. But I'm going to watch what these little strategic bitches are doing.
They're not
I'm going to figure out how to stop it.
But it's just using exploits.
No, it's glitches,
like,
Jay. It's like using
bugs,
defenses
yeah,
that,
bugs,
like, as soon as
but they're doing
you hike
exploits.
the ball.
Yeah,
like you hike the ball and like 7 cornerbacks are like attacking you and you can't do anything. Or like they do like a fucking, they'll pick the goddamn Chiefs. Every year someone picks the Chiefs over and over again. And like it's unstuck. It's annoying as fuck. But this year I'm doing my studying. I'm trying to go to the top, Jay. I want to do this for a living. I want to
pick
quit
the
the
Chiefs
channel
as their favorite
and I
team.
want to do
That's
Madden
suspect,
for a
like
living.
Patrick Mahomes' brother's sexuality. Suspect.
Right. Fuck that guy. Yeah. Eat a dick, Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. You're a fucking dick. Iron Baron says, hola, Miguel and Jay. Besides Wolverine, who would you cast for your favorite X-Men characters? Besides Wolverine.
Gambit.
Cyclops.
No, well, okay, no, okay, wait a minute. Who would you cast for your favorite X? Okay, Gambit, Cyclops, Colossus,
Mr. Sinister be a good bad guy if we're going back.
Well, just your X-Men, just the X-Men. Sunfire, Banshee. No, fuck Banshee. I'm not like a huge fan. Okay, no. Okay, no. I got it. Okay, Gambit,
Nightcrawler.
Cyclops. No, he's annoying.
I like Nightcrawler.
I'd like. May God forgive you as I vanish away. Kurt Wagner. My name's Kurt Wagner. I'm from Germany, and I was in a circus, and I
said you
I love God.
I said wallets.
No, it's Gambit, Cyclops, Colossus, Rogue, Storm, Jean Grey, Iceman.
Iceman sucks, dude.
You got to put him in the fucking goddamn group because he's the original.
No, they made him shitty in the movie because they picked that.
Yeah, because they picked him, but
like,
that's fine. But he has to be in the fucking movie. He's an original. Beast.
Oh, I'm trying to think of someone that like. Yeah, Beast is must.
Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat. I would say yes, but she's
whatever.
I would put Jubilee. I think if they do Jubilee right, Jubilee from the X-Men cartoon, she's fun.
Rogue, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Gambit, Wolverine, Beast, Bishop's a good one.
Give me some of that Bishop. Move to Rook. Checkmate. And then also fucking Cable, dude. Yeah, well, actually, you got to put in the correct amount of Bishop first before you get to Cable. But yeah, yeah. I mean, shit, dude. There's so like, dude, the X-Men have so many amazing fucking characters.
Archangel, it's pretty good.
Just Angel, by the way, not Archangel.
Shut up.
But by the way, listen, I seriously think X-Men is more. They have more of a versatile cast or a versatile a selection of characters that are more interesting than the Avengers, in my opinion.
It's fair.
I think I would literally. I think the X-Men could save the MCU if they fucking do it right.
Dude, that's the only thing that's going to save him. Yeah. 90s X-Men comic books are some of the greatest comic book storytelling that's ever been fucking told.
You got to make the fucking. Don't be dumbasses. Okay, I'm not saying there was anything wrong with Bryan Singer's theme, but just bring the goddamn 90s. Yeah, just bring that fucking thing into the goddamn show.
I agree. Chad Joyce says to get 2015 onto the first line of Word doc, click layout, top, margins, narrow. Jay Shaft, what, Jay? What? I don't know. I hope this helps. What the fuck did he just do to our brains?
Damn, Chad.
I mean, it's Granby X.
Do we have sex? I think we just had sex through text.
I think it just blew up Chad's
We just had
AI
sex
brain.
through text, Chad.
That's what happened. Austin said, personally, I'd like to see Kathy Bates' Miss Boucher in a string of Exorcist movies as the Dr. Loomis character warning people about the devil.
The devil! The devil is coming.
The Dybbuk. The Dybbuk box.
I know what you're trying to say. The Kathy Bates' Miss Boucher. He don't. They got that foosball playing in her vagina. He don't play no foosball with them demons.
Madubla Abenglada. What the fuck, Mary?
Wow, Mary.
Ceviche. Mary,
Mary?
it's been so long.
Wow,
since we've seen you.
what
And
an
you show up.
amazing Mary. Thank you so much. Holy shit.
You
Mary.
show up with whose line is it? No. What's the show? With the cases? The suitcase, the silver suitcase.
Deal or No Deal.
Deal or No Deal. You show up with a Deal or No Deal handcuffed to a suitcase full of a super chat like fucking that. Mary, we missed you.
Wow, Mary. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
God.
Dang it. Mike's holding a fart in or he's got a cock in his ass. I don't know which is going on. It could work either way. What the fuck was that? You're so nasty, dude. Oh my god. It sounded like your fucking esophagus exploded with cum. It was so gross to hear.
I had to outlive you and the spit started coming out of my face.
My eye fucking twitched, so I lost. But, hey, Mary.
Well, I had that fucking blinking light that's got me all fucked up.
Oh,
It's too impossible to hold up.
Thank you, Mary. That was so sweet of you. Thank you so much. It really, really is awesome. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. You're the fucking best. She says, I love you guys. I just broke things off with a piece of shit player and really needed this. Thanks, guys. Hey, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Or girl.
What an asshole. What an asshole. What an asshole. Go back to the dungeon. Get out of my life. I sound like I'm trying to do like some fucking Vegas shit. What's the guy's name? Sammy Davis Jr. hanging out with Sammy Davis. The Rat Pack. Who the fuck is his name?
Chiba.
I did it my way. What was his name?
Oh, Greg Christopherson.
Yeah. Anyway, Mary, that sucks.
Just learn music.
I'm glad that you get to hang out with us and we're making you feel a little bit better, but you don't have to worry about that guy anymore because that guy has a small wiener and he has no future. And I'm sure that guy's going to wind up getting crabs, STDs of all sorts, especially if a player. So don't worry. Your revenge will be coming and it will be nice and swift and final.
Mary, I'm going to give you a line from an amazing Brand New song. And now don't look at the history of Brand New and the singer because that turned out to be a sordid past. But I'm going to say this to you. The line of the song is, I hope the next boy that you kiss has something terribly contagious on his lips. And I hope that for that man, that piece of fucking shit. It's a great song. Don't look up the history of the band, like I said, because not good, not well liked.
So you just said that you hope the next man that she kisses has a terrible disease on their lips. What the
fuck? You dinglebat.
God damn.
I hope that the next boy that man kisses or girl that man kisses.
Oh, I get it. Okay, for the guy.
On their lips.
I get you.
On their lips. Not your lips. Not yours. Theirs.
Oh.
I'm going to fuck you so hard tonight.
So we're going to have a good time. I can't wait to play fucking Rage Against the Machine.
Quit it in the name of We love you, Mary. Thank you so much,
Mary.
That's
really,
so sweet.
Really, thank you so much.
We're happy you had a fun time with us tonight. And fuck that guy. Fuck that guy with the fire of 1,000 suns. And I hope that he gets gonorrhea of the butt from the girl that he cheated on you with. Kylo Ween says, my crush told me they made out with some guy and it really hurts. This stream is a huge help to make. What is in the air tonight? But assholes who cheat on people.
Yeah, dude, that sucks, dude. I like that's one of the worst fucking feelings of all time for reals. For really reals to have that happen to you, man. It sucks, dude. But hey, don't worry about them. Fuck them. You'll find somebody better. And we're glad to have you here tonight. We're all part of that crushed heart, fucking don't know where to go, kind of like I just wandered into this weird Applebee's internet digital cafe talking about horror movies situation that you find yourself in. And we appreciate you, Kylo Win. We appreciate Kylo
Ween. You.
Hey, man. But don't worry about it, man. You're gonna find somebody better. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah. Same goes for both of you. Hey, use it. Mary, Kyle, use it. Use it to make yourselves better and find an even better version of that person, and then fuck the shit out of them.
Yeah, man. When that shit happens, dude, you gotta put in some like cool ass shit. Like a cool ass soundtrack and just drive around a little bit and like fuck them. And just be like badass. Be badass. Like make your own soundtrack. Make your own life.
You dodged a bullet.
Your own movie.
You genius sons of bitches. Eon McGrath says, Mike and Jay, have you guys watched The Mangler? It's great. Robert England movie about a haunted laundry press, directed by Toby Hooper.
We have, Eon. Yes. We've actually, we did a review for it. It's on the channel somewhere. I don't know if it was a Patreon.
We never reviewed The Mangler, Jay.
Yeah,
You
we
just
did.
make up stuff sometimes.
We totally did.
You're
you
a
asshole.
liar, and no one here should listen to what you have
The
to
only
say.
fucking lies that are coming out are from your lips, and they're full of cum and lies and deceit.
Well, it's your cum, so who's the liar
Well,
now?
that's fine. I mean, and I was giving you the truth, and then you corrupted it through your teeth.
Well, I spit it out. I said, I thought
I swear we reviewed The Mangler.
never happened. You're a liar.
I think it's true.
Well, you're a liar, and none of us are your friend anymore.
I don't care.
So-
Fine. I don't. Fuck you then.
It says right here in my book that Jay is an asshole.
Well,
and
fuck
he shouldn't
your
be his
fucking
friend
book.
anymore.
I hope it fucking
So,
rots of goddamn
next,
neglect like your
My
asshole.
to-do list is to. Oh, it also says that you queef even though you're a male, and that makes no sense. That's what it
Okay,
says. In my
well,
book
you know, I
about
don't know
you.
why you got to point out the shortcomings of others on stream. What does that make
So,
you? Are you a
We're
fucking
trying to
bully?
play basketball.
fucking
We're
bully?
saying 2-on-2 at the gym, and Jay starts queefing, and everyone looks at me, and they're like, "Why is your friend?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know."
Like he knows how to play basketball. This motherfucker walks around and one shorts, acting like he's
Yeah.
a star.
That's the only thing I can. They're at Walmart now.
Yeah, I know they are.
Hey, we love you guys. We love you guys. Jay's gonna master
I guess I'm gonna
Be the
queef.
master
I don't know because a man can
queefer
queef, I suppose.
of all the masters
I guess we can
of the
queef.
universe tonight when he's done. I hope everyone takes a picture of Jay's face right now and then furiously. I can't say what I want to say because one of my kids just walked in, but you know what I mean.
Good. I hope you should say it. Say it, bitch. Say it.
No, I won't say it in front of my children.
Hey man, what a
You
great
dirty
stream tonight. It's been really
Lady
fun.
of the night.
Oh, he's still talking. I
You
was trying to
sleep with
move.
clowns at fairs. You go to fairs and you fuck clowns.
I do too.
What? No, you do not. How dare you taint my child's
See, he
mind
didn't care.
with your
You
words,
see what I
Jay?
said? You know,
Did
he
hear
dropped
that?
the fucking.
What?
See, look. This is
No.
on the stream.
No,
Not exactly.
honey, we're talking about Jesus. We're talking about all the things that Christ gives us.
Christ gives us so much, and He breaks bread for us when we have nothing.
Like,
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
go to your room and you pray. You pray for Jay to be saved.
I am
Whoa.
saved, you whore.
Saved from
Am I? Can she hear me?
no, she can't
Okay,
hear
good.
you.
Thank God. Okay.
Oh, night boss.
I love you. Good night.
Love you,
I'm
night.
going to bed in just a second, so this is pointless. But I just want you to know that we're going to pray for your Uncle Jay tonight
I'm not.
and his
There's no saying.
whorishness. You're a
Well,
whore.
Me?
She's not.
No. Why would I say that?
I get.
To you.
Hey, you all
You're
can throw up some
Jay.
prayers. Apparently, Mike has made my name made worth shit.
It says right here that
You know what? You know what it says right here.
should.
Look, I got a
repent.
notebook too. It says Mike has no dick. Shut the fuck up. That's what it
That's
says.
true.
Shut up.
Just as it is
I'm
true,
getting
so
ready to
is
go
true that
goddamn Ric Flair on your mother. Oh wow.
yeah, you drop down from
You
the
better
top rope
watch
and
your
you pray.
goddamn fucking mouth when you're talking to me. Look at
You
a
need
fucking
to.
mirror when you're talking to me. Look
You
at your own
need to
fucking
pray.
nose. No, I'm kidding.
You
Listen,
need to
guys,
pray.
this has been really fun. I've had a really good fucking time. You guys are so sweet. You guys are so awesome. You guys always like show up and amaze us with your generosity, with your love, with your support. And Mike and I couldn't do this without you guys. For real, we really, really do appreciate all the super chats, all the love tonight. And man, I got to be honest with you. Like, dude, I wouldn't know, and Mike too. We wouldn't know what to do without you guys. We wouldn't know what to do without this channel, without the stream, without this opportunity to be goofuses and do what we do, man. What a blessing! What a fucking absolute blessing! And this is being all real and true. What an absolute blessing, dude. And you guys do really help us and save us a lot. We are actually extremely in your debt. And anytime you guys need a hand job or a blow job, you guys only need to ask. Really. But
We each have 2 hands, and that means 4 hands.
sure. But yeah, dude. And I love Mike and thank you, dude, for what we've been. You know, it's been a rough couple of weeks, dude. And Mike's been a good friend, and you know, a lot of shit that goes on off camera and stuff. And Mike's been a good friend, and I don't know, man. I really do. This has been really fucking cool. It's been really awesome because there's a lot of guys that go through what I could have gone through and didn't have this opportunity, and they got to go to fucking work at a fucking factory or do actual good backbreaking jobs, like actual work, and they got to go to a boss they fucking hate. But luckily, I'm in a position that I find myself in that I can work out some demons, I guess. I don't know. And really appreciate you guys. Appreciate Mike. Appreciate the platform. Appreciate having the opportunity. So thank you guys a lot. It really means a lot. And I'm not trying to get I'm not trying to get emotional. I'm just saying I really do love you guys. And it's not just you guys. If you guys didn't donate, if there's no dollar at all, like we would figure out a way to do this. I would figure out a way to do this. I don't know. I'd just go get a fucking job at goddamn Taco Bell. I would figure out a way to keep coming back and doing
Taco Bell wouldn't have you. You got to go to tacos too.
I don't give a fuck where I go. They got to sell tacos because I got to have my fucking food. But yeah, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys a lot.
Hey, buddy. We're more appreciative to have you here than you are of us. The show would not be what it was tonight without Jay, obviously. And we're all thankful to have you here, man. I love you.
Love you, man.
Always have.
See you guys.
Always will. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
We're going to go fuck in the butt.